This is the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAT.
Gold heading back to Lawrence County.
Your home for the County of Champions.
Settles under it. The senior makes the catch. Perfection. The Shannick, again, are your Class 2A state champions.
Force out the third, and that will do it. Mohawk is your 3A softball champions.
Buzzer's gonna sound. Union repeats as the Class 1A Wpial champions.
The top local athletes and the top sports moments all featured here, live or archived at lcsportsnet.com.
The sideline getting by one defender, and he's going to go all the way by Harrison. Harrison on the ground finds Blundo. Blundo rolls it in, up and good for two.
Shallow right field, giving a run, and a sliding catch made.
Down to 6 on the play clock. Here's the snap in the hold. The kick is up. The kick is long enough. It is good.
That's fly ball deep right field. Get out of here.
Hope running for his life. Throws it up for grabs. There's a man open.
Touchdown.
No way!
Ripped away from him. Right back to Stanley from the seat of his pants, and he throws it off the window and in.
Featuring over 100 broadcasts of county events in over a dozen sports. Your voice for Lawrence County sports.
The gold ball headed home to Newcastle.
This is the Lawrence County SportsNet.
It's cloudy and overcast tonight at Mohawk High School, but it's an important Class 2A showdown between rivals separated by 6.5 miles. Tonight, it is the Union Scotties at 0-4, winless in 4 tries this season, taking on the 2-2 Mohawk Warriors. 2-2, 1-1 in the 2A Midwestern Conference. Eric Thomas and Tim Continenza with you. Tonight's game on the Lawrence County Sports Network is brought to you by the following: Maley Chiropractic, MVP Insurance, Newcastle Transit Authority, Penn, Ohio Bottled Water, The Red Zone, Madure Bonner Law, Gem Builders Incorporated, Pontius Insurance, Works in Progress, Joseph's Marketplace, City Rescue Mission, Something for Your Wall Photography, the Tri-County Principals Association, the Union Area Education Association, the Mohawk Education Association, the Union Volunteer Fire Department, and the Lawrence County Community Action Partnership. Well, 6 miles, 6.5 miles to be exact, separate these two teams. Tim Continenza, a season ago, this was the best game of the high school football season, a 40-37 win by Union and the incomparable Braylon Thomas. He is gone. Union is 0-4. Mohawk is 2-2. Throw the records out the book here tonight. What does Union have to do to get a first win this season?
Union is going to have to do something they haven't been successful at this year, and that is be more unpredictable. I think that's the most important thing for them. They are a run, and more run team. They're going to have Stanley be able to throw the ball and find different receivers, not just Thompson. I mean, that's the problem that they've had all season long, is they've been very predictable. They do some reverses at time, which will help, but I think it's really going to be, can they mix in? They don't have to be a lot. They'll say 12, maybe 15 at the most passes, but be unpredictable here tonight.
Union 0-4, Mohawk at 2-2, but Mohawk's in an interesting position here tonight because everybody they have to beat in the Midwestern Conference is still on their schedule. So in other words, they basically control, if you can control your own destiny, they do it, and they can start with a big win here tonight.
Yeah, I mean, that's exactly what matters. You play within your division, you do what you have to do, and you're going to take it 1 week at a time. Tonight is a winless Union team. It's a great building block. You can do a lot of different things. You can show things that make other teams pay attention that you may never use again, but they're going to have to pay attention to it. And what you choose to see here tonight will be on film for the others to use against you. So it's a great opportunity to make them practice against something they may never see.
There is a look at the standings as far as this game goes, and you can take a look at that's the 4A standings for the WPIL. We'll keep an eye on all the action across the area here tonight, as we got a couple of big ones, including that game with Newcastle and Aliquippa. We will keep an eye on that game and pass along scores to you all night long. This is the 70th meeting between these two teams. Mohawk has a 37-31 and 1 advantage. They played each other every year from 1939 to 1979, the first meeting all the way back in the World War I era, 1925. a 7-3 win by Mohawk. Last year we mentioned that 3-point win by Union. The last Mohawk win in the series was 2007. They did not play until 2021. Then they didn't play in 2020 or 2022 when Mohawk had shut down to start the season. Remember that whole situation. But the Battle of the Border is back. It is on your screen tonight, and it comes your way in about 10 minutes here from Warrior Stadium. We'll take a timeout, come back with more after this on the Lawrence County Sports Network, powered by LCAP.
Just like going to the doctor, our homes need a checkup too. If your home is not properly weatherized, you could be at risk for symptoms that cause unhealthy ailments and higher utility bills. The Weatherization Assistance Program is the key to reducing utility costs and increasing comfort in your home. Services include an in-home energy audit to inspect your furnace and hot water tank, check for air sealing around windows and doors, and ensure adequate insulation and ventilation. Learn more at lcap.org or call the Department of Healthy Homes to get your checkup today.
For 20 years, Melee Chiropractic has treated athletes of all ages to help them get safely back to the top of their game. Melee Chiropractic has 3 full-time doctors in their office, and all 3 are former area athletes who have had to battle injuries throughout their careers. They want to help you get safely back on your feet. But more importantly, help stop the injuries before they happen. Prehab before you rehab.
Attention all high school student athletes. During your sports season, a $30 visit to the Melee Chiropractic office includes an adjustment and/or all therapy is necessary.
From the athletes of tomorrow to the weekend warriors and everything in between. Let Melee Chiropractic keep you in the game.
Nominations are now being accepted for the LCAP Team of the Month and the LGKG Male and Female Athlete of the Month. Log on to lcsportsnet.com/awards to nominate your favorite team or athlete today. Looking for a unique way to expand your business? Advertise on the Lawrence County SportsNet and be seen by thousands of viewers in the area and around the country on over 100 broadcasts each year. Visit lcsportsnet.com and click Advertise with LCSN.
Back here at Warrior Stadium, Eric Thomas and Tim Continenza with you as we're about 7.5 minutes away from kickoff of tonight's contest between Union and Mohawk. Let's take a look at our starting lineups tonight. They're brought to you by the Crane Room Grill. Grab a seat in the bar, in the dining room, the loft, or outside on the patio. There's plenty of room at the Crane Room. Or place an order for takeout, appetizers, dinner, or homemade desserts to go. Call to place your order at 724-656-1553. Well, one injury of note for Mohawk. They're going to be without Joey Nail, who's one of their top players. He is out with a knee injury. It's not expected to sideline him the remainder of the season, but he is basically week to week. So he is out of the lineup tonight for the Warriors. Offensively, you pretty much know the names by now. Bobby Fadden, Blake Logan, one of the top connections in the county. Logan has 18 receptions on the season. And we'll talk a little bit about Fadden here in a second. Cash Stratton, Sam Listu had 100 yards rushing last week. The offensive line from left to right, Dan Monaco, Dylan Sumney, Braden Radziminski, and John Gelhorn. And then in the middle, Franklin Kelly, the 240-pound sophomore. Jackson Chapman will be the tight end. For Mohawk's offense, Bobby Fadden, we've talked about it, and we talked about it on our preview show this week, the interceptions and what he's done this season. He has played lights out at times, but in the last couple of weeks, he hasn't thrown the ball effectively enough for them to skate through their schedule. In fact, he's under 50% the last 2 weeks, 19 of 45 combined, and he's thrown 3 picks over that stretch.
Yeah, I mean, he threw 5 touchdowns in the first 3 games, and then when you do turn over the ball, you put your team in a tough situation. So that's going to be key there for the Mohawk played here tonight, is the Warriors needed to have great quarterback play, and Bobby Fadden has to be that guy who doesn't turn over the ball.
And we agree as a tandem here tonight, no short fields if you're Mohawk. You cannot turn the ball over and give Union a short field. We'll talk about why here in a second.
Oh, well, the reason why is you got Maddox Thompson. I mean, you get Maddox Thompson the ball, he gets around the corners, he gets to the edge well, and you have Stanley. And that's going to be really cool. They also, don't forget about Million, and Gianni Million can really make a thing. But when you give a team that's winless short fields, that gives them momentum. And momentum will absolutely be a big play in tonight's game.
Yeah, and that Union side really needs a lot of momentum defensively for Union tonight. We'll see Jamel Mitchell up front along with Damian Carbone. We'll also see Daniel Macabia up front as well. Their linebacking core has been pretty good this season with Jordan Kelly, Lucas Stanley, and also the defensive backs, Zion Waters, Aiden Booker, Maddox Thompson will see time as well. We'll see Lucas Stanley sort of flip-flop between the secondary and the linebacker spot. Gianni Million also will get reps tonight on both sides of the football. Defensively for Mohawk tonight, up front, Cody Falk, Joe Rosek, Radzaminski is up there, Dylan Sumney, Dan Monaco. You've got Jackson Chapman, who is at the defensive end / outside linebacker spot. And their defense the last couple of weeks has been pretty good. They've got an interception in 3 straight games. All of them are Blake Logan, by the way, so he has been red hot defensively. And the unit itself, 9 tackles for loss, 8 sacks, and interceptions in 3 straight games. Those tackles for loss and the sacks are in the last 2 games, and including a shutout against Beaver Falls last week.
Yeah, and that's going to continue, but really one of the players that gets a lot of the press, but needs to is Chapman. He's the guy that gets into the backfield. He's the guy who kind of makes quarterbacks hurry their passes and throws, causes the interceptions and that. And they're going to need some.
Towards the baseball and softball complex, there is a slew of first responders and military vets who are being honored here tonight. Great gesture by Mohawk High School to do that. This is one of their favorite games, their favorite theme games that they do here during the season. So there's going to be a lot of patriotism around the stadium tonight. They got American flags lining the walkway over to the stadium tonight. It's a pretty cool environment to be in here as we get set for kickoff tonight. The forecast here tonight, right now it is about 70 degrees out. And it's not quite humid, but it's sort of kind of fringing on humid and maybe a little bit on the chilly side. The wind's out of the east at 10 miles an hour. There are rain showers in the forecast for the next hour. And then after that, precipitation chance dies off as the night goes on. There's about a 75% chance here in the 7 o'clock hour. And then the rest of the night, it drops down to 15%. So far, nothing. It came through the area earlier. It's overcast here tonight. It looks like it wants to clear up a little bit. The field, it's not in the best shape, but it's good enough to play football here tonight as we're going to be on the natural grass surface here at Warriors Stadium. The captains are out on the field for the toss. And Union has won the toss, and they will take the football. And we mentioned those winds as we see it here on the home side off to our right, the flagpole off to our right. The wind is whipping from the right side of the field to the left. So from the Mohawk sideline over to the Union sideline, we'll watch that all night, especially if they get out there for field goal tries as this game goes on.
Yeah, and it's going to be interesting to see the punting game, how they have to deal with that crosswind as you're describing it, because I think it's going to swirl once it gets inside the stadium a little bit. And just the way it's built, you get the higher side on the home side, and you got the tree background. It's going to be interesting to see how that wind may change throughout this ball game, because we can see one American flag here at half blowing right to left, but if you look at the one in the end zone, it's blowing across the field, as you mentioned, from the home side of Mohawk towards Unions.
Yeah, it is a very swirly wind. In fact, the quarterbacks on both sides working on that in the pregame, and we heard anyway down on the field, Tim McCutcheon talking to his quarterback unit. Blake Logan actually took some snaps tonight in the pregame warm-up, but he was talking to all the guys that throw the football, and he said it's swirling out there tonight. Just watch that, so we'll see how that affects this game here tonight. Kicking off for Union is going to be Andrew Lloyd, the 5-foot sophomore.
Number 4, Zion Waters.
Number
7,
and also Maddox Thompson are back deep to receive for Union. Union lost last week 33-6 at home to Western Beaver. Mohawk last week knocked out Beaver Falls 23-0. That is a Beaver Falls team. That is not the same Beaver Falls team we are accustomed to these last couple of years. We are underway in the Battle of the Border. It's an end-over-end kick. Waters to the 10. He's going to bring it across the 15, the 20. Good seam to the 35, the 40, and he gets to the sideline and out of bounds into Mohawk territory. We'll see where they mark him officially. It's going to be at the 46-yard line of the Warriors. Good starting field position for Union right off the kick.
Yeah, that's exactly what they needed, a big play to get out beyond the 20-yard line, and they get it all the way across the 50 down to the 46 of Mohawk. And it will be a great opportunity to start on a short field to start their first drive of the game.
Union will go with Lucas Stanley and Maddox Thompson in the backfield. Both guys will take snaps tonight. We saw Thompson a ton last week in that Western Beaver game. In fact, he took more snaps than Stanley, and he'll take snap number 1 tonight, trying to find room the right side of the line, and he's going to wiggle his way across the 45, inside the 45, and down to around the 41-yard line. Blake Logan had the stop for Mohawk along with Sam List.
Yeah, that's Thompson out of that Wildcat, just doing what he does, following his blockers to the right-hand side, picking up 4 yards in the process, bringing up second down. And medium coming up here, and that's exactly what they're looking to do on each down. Just kind of grind it out. This is who they are. They're going to roll to the right primarily, but they'll use the left as a changeup.
You can hear that wind whipping up top here tonight. It is going to be that case all night long here at Warrior Stadium. Very odd wind swirl situation at this stadium as Thompson's going to carry right side again, and he is going to be close to the first down, and he will have enough for the first down. Chased out of bounds that time by Logan and List. Once again, also Connor Hart in there on the stop. Takes it down to the 35 and a first down for Union.
Yeah, nice pickup of 6 on that play and the first down. And that's exactly what they do. They just kind of follow their blocks, running to the short side of the field. They'll do that a lot. And then you'll see Million get used, and they'll kind of change it up and see him go to his left. Now, Stanley's a left-handed quarterback. He likes going to his left side when possible.
Games have kicked all over the region. Newcastle, Aliquippa tonight. Neshannock is taking on Shenango at home as well. And we've got Wilmington and Farrell all underway as Thompson carries again on first down. He's inside the 35, and he's down to the 34. It's a 3-yard gain that time, and that'll bring up second down and 7.
Yeah, typical what we expect out of Union, just running the ball, huddling up, taking their time, getting to the line of scrimmage, and using their 2 features. Right now it is Thompson, and that's not uncommon. They love to use Thompson a lot early in the ball game out of that Wildcat, and then we'll see if Lucas Stanley gets an opportunity at quarterback. No, it's going to stay with Thompson.
Yeah, they will split Stanley out. He's top of your screen. As they'll hand it off to Million this time, trying to get to the outside. And he is to the corner, and he's down the sideline, but we have a flag that is thrown right around the 23-yard line.
Johnny Million on that run.
Looks like it's going to come back, and it will be a hold. Already an out-of-town scoreboard update brought to you by the Newcastle Transit Authority. Daily routes to Pittsburgh as well as routes all around Lawrence County. Visit newcastletransit.org. The Shannock Dom Cubell, a touchdown reception. And they are on the board already against Shenango. That's a big game for both sides.
This was, I believe, a penalty downfield a little bit. We'll have to see exactly where they mark it.
He might have enough for a first down. They are backing up. It is a hold. It is on Union.
Holding against Union. Repeat second down.
It'll be a gain about 2 yards on the play with the holding.
Second and 7 from
it's
the 32.
Going to bring up second and 7 officially. Million gets in the box score for the first time tonight. And he'll come back to the other side this time. There is nothing there as that door closes pretty quickly. And one of the big guys up front for Mohawk, that is Cody Falk, who comes up with a stop, and it's going to bring up a third down.
And they continue on the ground. They've run 6 plays, all of them on the ground, and that's exactly what they're going to do. I mean, we've seen exactly what they do. They go right, and then with Million going left, they went back to Million for that second down run for 1 yard. Now they're on third down and long, and I believe we have Thompson with Stanley in the backfield.
Not a down and distance that Union has had a lot of success on this season. They've looked good on opening drives, though, as Jamel Mitchell goes in motion. Thompson going to carry. Stanley blocks for me, cuts back. Good block by Stanley on that far side and a good cutback by Thompson, but it's going to leave him about 2-3 yards short of the first down. So with 9:07 to go here in the opening quarter, we'll see what Kim Nabalia wants to do. Dan Monaco had to stop, and it looks like the offense is going to stay out on the field here, and that's probably the smart call to go here. 4-yard gain that time by Thompson.
Yeah, get down to the 28-yard line, and that's exactly what they need to do. They had to get something positive there to give this fourth down an opportunity. And this is who Union is. They're going to not just bread and butter, run the ball. New quarterback.
Out-of-town scoreboard update after the play. That is Stanley in the backfield with Thompson. Motion by Million. We're going to get a whistle here and a timeout called. A Pontius Insurance timeout called. Make sure you take time to save money on your insurance. Visit PontiusInsurance.com to request a quote for auto, home, business, or life insurance. At the pit, Aliquippa has struck first. They lead Newcastle 7-0 with 9 minutes to go in the first quarter. So early deficit for Newcastle, not anything that they've been unaccustomed to. They've come back from the last couple of games.
Yeah, and Newcastle, obviously they're playing Aliquippa, who has the same ability on any given play to really change a scoreboard. And that's exactly where in the end, it's going to have to come down to for the Red Hurricane. They need big plays to stay in the ball game.
So out of the timeout, Union will keep the offense on the field. Why not? 8:31 to go in the first quarter. 4th down and 3. Big early moment here in this battle for the border between Union and Mohawk. Thompson will take the snap. Thompson slipped. He was trying to cut to the outside, and he slipped right at the 30-yard line. He's going to lose 2, and that's going to be a turnover on downs. A change of possession brought to you by Madur Bonner Law. Make sure you protect your possessions. MadurBonnerLaw.com, your community firm with a personal connection and individualized service. So good drive by Union with the field position, but they turn it over on downs, and that was set up nicely for Thompson, but he just couldn't keep his footing on what's going to be a slick track all night long.
Yeah, that's one of the difficult scenarios that you're going to run into tonight just because of the weather that we've had, and this being a natural field that you just don't see around the county or anywhere much anymore.
Fadden will operate out of the shotgun. Again, no Joey Nail. They'll keep it on the ground here on play number 1, and that's Sam List, who had 100 yards rushing last week, picks up 1 there. That was a workmanlike effort last week. 23 carries for 100 yards for List.
2nd and 9 from the 31.
But, Mohawk a season ago, one of the things that they did not do consistently was run the football. They've done a better job of that halfway through the season here so far.
Yeah, the first game I got to see them, they were just throwing the ball left and right everywhere between Logan and Stanley, needless to say, here's the pitch outside.
Yeah, they're going to run it with List once again, trying to hit the corner, turn up field. He's going to get positive yardage right near the stick.
Just on that carry, Stanley on the tackle.
Lucas Stanley is the one that gets him out of bounds, but it's going to be about a yard gain, maybe 2. It's going to bring up
lost a couple yards.
Third down. Actually, they're going to mark. They're going to say he stepped out of bounds. Yeah, they're going to say he stepped out of bounds back near the 30.
Yeah. So it'll be a 3rd down and long scenario. Let's see if that favorite connection that we've seen earlier in the season come through in Fadden and Blake Logan.
And again, you can hear that wind whipping. It feels a lot higher than 10 miles an hour when you're inside the stadium. This stadium, the wind in this stadium, even though it is open, it blows like it's in a bowl.
It does.
As Fadden will have to put it in the air. He slings it over the middle. The catch is made. Nice job in traffic. Chapman breaks loose to the 50 into Union territory and gang tackles. It gets down to the 44-yard line. A big first down reception by Jackson Chapman connecting with Bobby Fadden that time. And a first down for Mohawk with 7:27 to go in the first quarter.
Yeah, beautiful play. Just going to let him over the middle, hit him in stride. He was able to turn it upfield, get parallel, and then run across the line and get the gain and take it all the way down to the 44-yard line.
25-yard pickup for that combo. Good to see Jackson Chapman getting involved in the passing game. We've seen him mostly as a top-notch defender for this Warriors unit so far. Fadden out of the shotgun, hands off List. Big head of steam for Sam List. He's in the clear. 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, house for Sam List. It's 44 yards and a lead for Mohawk with 6:49 to go in the opening quarter.
Yeah, List once he got it around to the edge, he was able to get parallel and turn on the Jets, and there was just nobody on Union who was going to catch him, as he got about a 3-yard lead on everyone, and from that point on, it was just the goal line defending him, and he beats that and gives the first points of the game here to Mohawk.
Blake Logan will kick the extra point. He has become the primary place kicker for this team. You'll see Lloyd kick off, but Logan will kick most extra points from here on out. The kick is up, and it is good. Our first score of the night with 6:49 to go in the first quarter. That drive summary brought to you by Joseph's Marketplace, Newcastle's favorite family-owned hometown grocery store and coffee shop. Check out the cafe and bakery section. Place it to go. Order online at josephsnc.com. That goes for, let's see, 4 plays, and it covered 70 yards.
Yeah.
In a little over a minute and a half, and Mohawk's got the early lead. Speaking of early lead, on our out-of-town scoreboard update, to no one's surprise, Newcastle has tied Aliquippa 7-7. And our out-of-town scoreboard updates tonight, again, are brought to you by the Newcastle Transit Authority. For more information and route schedules, remember, senior citizens ride free. Log on to newcastletransit.org.
And I think that may be one of those classic shootouts in the Wpial here tonight, where you may see 35-plus points for both teams.
Got our own version of the red zone cooking here tonight. Keeping an eye on some important games for you. We're also keeping an eye on that big 6A showdown in the Wpial between Pitt Central Catholic and our friends at North Allegheny, as we had a flag on the kickoff. It rolled out of bounds.
Well, it's going to be an interesting choice here for Coach Nee. You're going to get good field position at your own 35 and take it there. Being a run-oriented team, I know they had the big kickoff return on the opening kickoff, but I think they'll just take the penalty and take another, a medium to short field, a 65 yards to the goal line. But let's see what they can do. They moved the ball in their first drive. Let's see if they can come up with an answer to List's 44-yard touchdown run on that 4-play drive by Mohawk.
Another out-of-town scoreboard update as Farrell has a 6-0 lead on Wilmington. Also, Neshannock in the red zone against Shenango once again. They already have a 7-0 lead as Stanley and Maddox Thompson are in the backfield here on 1st and 10 for Union. It's going to be Thompson left side this time, and that cut off nicely. Couldn't even get to the corner. And that is Connor Hart, who steps up to make that play once again. He's had a couple of big-time tackles halfway through this season. None bigger than that one right there as he cut that corner off. It's going to be a 2-yard loss.
Yeah, if they can get to the edge and really force this running game from Union to stay within the tackles, that's going to change this game dramatically. That's really a great defense when you can shut down the edges.
Union goes with that extra blocker in Jamel Mitchell. He is in a wing to the near side. Motion by Million. Stanley going to air it out first time, lobs it down the field. It's got Million in traffic, and it's almost intercepted. Good coverage on the play that time by Cash Stratton, who was in front of the ball the whole way and almost picked it off.
Yeah, Stratton did your typical thing you talk about on Sundays on football, looking back and seeing the ball in the air and making a play on the ball. He made a great job just looking back, seeing what Million was doing, then turned around and made the play on the ball. Almost came down with the pickoff.
Going to be 3rd down and 12 for Union. Again, down in distance, not comfortable. A year ago, you would just look at Braylon Thomas and say, pick up the first down.
Yeah.
It is not that style of offense this season. 3rd down and 12 from the 33. Just under 6 to go first quarter. Screen to the far side, in and out of the hands of the intended receiver on the far side. That was Thompson he was trying to get it to. It was well blocked, at least initially, and Union's going to punt it away.
Yeah, unfortunately there, Thompson ran with the ball before he caught it. He had some room in front of him. Not sure you would get enough of the 12 yards for the first down, but it would have made it an interesting decision if he got close to 9 or 10 on that play.
Hart back for Mohawk.
Well, and I think you brought up an excellent point about what Union's going to try to do here in this game tonight. It's going to be go for it on all 4 downs, but try to pick up 6-7 yards if you can on third if you need it, and then try to get the rest on 4th down.
Yeah, I think that's going to be really
That punt is down
huge
on the
for
Mohawk
their
35-yard line.
opportunities here tonight. This is going to be a short game. They want to shorten this game as much as they can. They're going to run the ball. They want to be successful. They have to be successful on 1st and 2nd down. If not, they need to be very successful on 3rd down. It's not necessary if they don't pick up the 1st down, like you just mentioned. Get close to the sticks as you can to set up a potential 4th down run or 4th down play that you can actually be successful in.
So Fadden and company back out on the field. They've got a 7-0 lead. Sam List, a 44-yard touchdown run on the opening drive of the night, a 4-play, 70-yard drive for this Warriors offense. And the junior Fadden will be out of the shotgun again. He's got Cash Stratton behind him. Bobby will throw it here in 1st down. He's going to tuck and run. He can't get anywhere as Daniel Macabia in the backfield, the 220-pound senior with the pressure, and Fadden's going to go down and lose yardage with 5.5 to go.
Yeah, that is really important for that defense to make a big play on 1st down. They're going to lose 3 on that run, and that's exactly what they need from that defensive line. People that can get penetration and make plays and force this team more one-dimensional. I mean, obviously we know they can throw the ball around, but let's see if they can do it consistently throughout with this win.
Out-of-town scoreboard update after the 2nd down. Running clock hits 5 minutes to go in the 1st quarter. Fadden trying to direct the offense, going to throw it far side. That one is high and sails over the head of his intended receiver on the far side. That looked like List, I think, on that far side. It was Sam List.
Connor Hart, incomplete, brings up 3rd.
That was actually
and 13.
Connor Hart, they say, who was the intended receiver, but it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Out-of-town scoreboard update brought to you by Newcastle Transit Authority, newcastletransitauthority.org. Neshannock 10-0 now over Shenango, and Aliquippa has added another touchdown, and they lead Newcastle 14-7. It's that point of the season when you start watching the standings, start thinking about playoff races and conference titles, so we'll keep you as up to the minute as we possibly can on all the action tonight.
Getting in the 2nd half of the season, it's all about each and every play.
Pressure again. Fadden going to scramble out of it. Bobby looking downfield, throws it. Had a man wide open, a one-handed catch by Chapman. Chapman takes off and runs, has a wall, and he's going to be inside Union territory, all the way down inside the 25 to the 24-yard line.
Give it up to Bobby Fadden. Not only did he escape that pressure that was on him, he was able to roll to his right and then find a wide open play and a great one-handed catch there by Chapman around the 45-yard line and then advancing another 20 yards inside the 25.
45 yards. Receptions for Chapman tonight of 45 and 25 already. That's just a veteran and a veteran connecting on a scramble drill. 1st and 10 for Mohawk at the 23. 4:15 to go in the 1st quarter. Warriors trying to add on one more. It's 7-0 already. Fadden hands off. Stratton, good tackle right near the line of scrimmage. That's Macabia once again, as Stratton had nowhere to go that time.
And that's what they need to do. That's what Macabia did in the first possession of this series on 1st down, was able to get in that backfield and blow up the running play. They got to continue to do that. If they get Bobby Fadden running like they did in the previous play, they have to find a way to get to him before he can deliver a ball.
Rogan Hupp also in on the stop for Union that time. 2nd down and 12 from the 25. Fadden directing traffic out of the shotgun once again. Chapman in there at the wing, top of your formation. Stratton once again, the carry, has speed this time. Chapman open field, or rather Stratton, I beg your pardon, open field. And he is in the end zone for the touchdown, a 25-yard touchdown run for Cash Stratton. And with 3:16 to go in the 1st quarter, it is 13-0 Mohawk.
25-yard touchdown run. Cash.
Yeah, 5 plays, 65-yard touchdown drive.
The extra point.
Drive summary brought to you by Joseph's Marketplace. Place it to go order online at josephsnc.com. So touchdown runs tonight. Early in this game as Logan adds the extra point. And one of them by Sam List and one of them by Cash Stratton, and both of them equal a 14-0 Mohawk lead. We'll take a timeout with 3:16 to go in the first quarter. You're watching high school football coverage on the Lawrence County Sports Network, powered by LCAP.
When the high school season heats up, make sure you have the best gear to support your school. Head to the Red Zone on Wilmington Road in the Shannock for all your county sporting apparel needs. From sporting goods to custom apparel to embroidery and more, the Red Zone has it all. Quality gear for all 8 schools in the County of Champions. Stop by and enter the Red Zone or visit them online at theredzonesports.com. Score big at the Red Zone.
Contractors, the Department of Healthy Homes needs you. From small to large residential projects, you can help families live safer and healthier with the quality work you do. It's rewarding in more ways than one. Call LCAP's Department of Healthy Homes today.
2 quick drives by Mohawk tonight, totaling 9 plays, covering 135 yards, and they have a 14-0 lead. And Union finds itself in a hole as Lloyd's going to pump that into the end zone just across that painted American flag. And Union will start 1st and 10 from its own 20-yard line. Rain starting to fall here at Warrior Stadium. And it was expected in the 7 o'clock hour. And it is here as it is pretty steady.
Well, it's going to make this run game even more important here for Union, as they trail by 2 touchdowns. This is going to be the most important drive here of the first half for them after the 2 big runs for touchdowns against them. They're going to have to find a way to challenge this offensive line to get some holes for Thompson and Stanley to run through.
It is absolutely dumping right now here in Bessemer as Thompson's going to take the snap, and he slips once again. There was good penetration that time by the Mohawk defensive line, as Dylan Sumney had a good break on the ball, but Thompson just couldn't keep his footing for the 2nd straight carry, and he's going to actually lose yardage back to the 18 and a loss of 2.
Yeah, it is going to be very treacherous for the rest of the night on this field. You're going to need someone who's a great mudder to really handle this and be able to handle the ball. Watch the ball being loose, too. This ball could get very slippery with this type of downpour.
Yeah, for our Seinfeld fans, his mutter was a mutter.
Yes.
2nd and 12 for Union as Million's going to get the carry. Hits the corner. Johnny Million, good. Had a steam, got loose of a tackle, and he is down the far sideline. He will not be caught. Gianni Million goes 82 yards for the Union answer in a rainstorm, and with 2:17 to go in the opening quarter, all of a sudden it's 14-6.
What a play there by Million. Once he broke containment, he checked off that last ankle tackle, lost his balance a little bit, but got it back, and once he got his stride going, they weren't going to catch Million, and he was able to take it down the left side for that touchdown. What a nice run. That's exactly what Union needed here in this scenario. Maybe he's the mutter here tonight, as he was able to shake that last defender off and get his footing in this rain. And it's rain right into his face. It's not going with them. He's going right into that rain.
Stanley will try the point after out of the hold of Zion Waters as the rain intensifies here. It is just coming down in buckets. Little stutter step by Stanley that time. And that one did not get across the crossbar. It's no good. It's 14-6. But Union gets back on the board.
2 plays, 80 yards.
In a quick drive. You can actually hear the rain coming through our audio. It is pouring here right now. And this is...
We're good because the rain is actually coming across the field heading towards the visitor's side.
Yep.
We're lucky enough to be over this overhang next to the press box to the left side of Mohawk. If you have you know how this facility looks. And yeah, we're right now very fortunate it's not blowing our way, because we would be covering everything with every tarp that we could find.
I think you've known me for 2 years now. We've worked together for 2 football seasons. I'm a pretty humble guy, but who said we should sit here today? Who made the executive decision at around 1:30 this afternoon to say, no, we need to be in the overhang area?
Yeah. Exactly. I'm proud of you.
Oh, man, we've been up on that roof
many times.
Mohawk's got a great stadium here, and it's an awesome, awesome vantage point from the roof if you're able to get up there to do a game. But, when it's cold, it is cold up there, and when it rains, you are soaked. It is not the most ideal position to be in.
Well, there's an onside kick, basically.
And they do go for an onside kick. The ball is loose.
I think they may have gotten it.
I think Union does have it, and they do. Kim Nibaldia calls up the onside kick with 2:14 to go. It's going to be a short field, less than half, and Union's going to get the ball right back down by 8.
That's exactly what we were talking about in the pregame. Got to find ways to create turnovers, or in this sense, get an onside kick in a short field. They're going to have the ball at the, 43-yard line, it looks like? I want to make sure. No, they're going to have it all the way down inside the 40, down. Trying to see where they're marking it, but well, we'll just wait and see where they put the ball down. Oh, they're going to make him kick it again. Eric, I'm not sure what penalty there was, but they're going to make him kick it again.
An illegal touch, perhaps.
Yeah.
Now, in high school, you do not, like you have to at the most senior level of the NFL, have to declare.
Scotties, a re-kick from their own 35.
I'm not sure what the
I'm not sure what the call was neither. I didn't see it.
There was a procedure, perhaps. I don't think. It went past 10 yards.
Yeah.
So I don't know why they would have said illegal touch. They're going to squib it again. It hits one of the upmen from Mohawk, and I think Union's going to get it anyway.
Yeah, they
right near midfield. They squibbed it.
They did.
And it hit a Mohawk player. It's a live ball right away, and Mohawk recovers it.
Mohawk recovered it, okay.
So the Warriors are only going to have half a field. Boy, what a break that is for Mohawk with 2:13 to go in the first quarter.
Well, try again here for Union. They said, let's go right at it. And what they did is they kicked it hard right at the ankles of one of their upmen, thinking that it might bounce off of them right back at it. It hit an ankle. It just didn't scorpion, and it didn't really move away from him, so he was able to fall on it to get that ball, though there was one Union player who did crash in there trying to steal the ball away. Unable to be successful on that, but first down and 10 here for Mohawk at midfield.
Just at midfield, nose of the ball sitting on the 50 as the rain lightens up here with 2:13 to go in the first quarter. Let's see what Mohawk does offensively here. If they try to keep it on the ground, they will go on the ground on first down. A lot of room to run. It's Sam List again. Sam List at the 35 to 30, and he is just pushed out of bounds on the near sideline by Jaden Townsell. It's going to be another Mohawk first down with 2:05 to go. They are finding all kinds of room on the left side of that line for running here early on.
Yeah, Sam List is just on fire. He's able to bake containment, picking up 27 yards on that carry. And it'll be first down and 10 inside the 25 at the 23-yard line.
70 yards on 4 carries for List as the rain has stopped, thankfully. That was getting pretty nasty there for a minute. Wind picks up again with 2:05 to go. First down for Mohawk from the Union 22. Just outside of the red zone. Stratton going to carry. No, Fadden keeps it on the near side. Flag comes flying way in. Now we got another flag on the near side. Macabia and Maddox Thompson in on the stop. We'll check the flag. Fadden picked up a yard.
Daniel Mukabaya on that tackle. Flag on a play.
It's going to be a hold against Mohawk.
Yeah.
And this is going to be at the line, so it's going to be 10 yards from the line of scrimmage. Take the ball back to the 32. They're going to take it actually back to the 33.
33, yeah.
So it'll be first and call it 21 for the Warriors here with 1:51 to go. As soon as we know this rain is out of the way, we'll start monitoring those games for you again. A lot of action across the region, down south in the Pittsburgh region. A lot of big games tonight as well. Pontius Insurance timeout called by Mohawk. Make sure you take time to save money on your insurance. Visit PontiusInsurance.com to request a quote for auto, home, business, or life insurance. 1:35 to go in the first quarter. Tim Continenza and Eric Thomas with you here tonight at Mohawk High School, and it's been a good one so far. 14-6. Union in front, Mohawk in front of Union. So fire or water damage strikes, as we are working our way towards the end of the first quarter.
40 years. That's where you'll find a team of specialists that respond faster to any size disaster.
A game of big runs, let's be honest. Million with his 82-yard run for Union, and Sam List doing the running, the heavy lifting, I should say, here early for Mohawk. And of course, you got Stratton also chipping in with a big run.
Never even happened.
And once again, hear that wind whipping around. So we'll get things back in order here out of the timeout. Tight set this time for Mohawk with 1:35 to go in the first quarter. As Stratton goes in motion, Fadden's going to hand it off to him, sweeping around the right side. Stratton bouncing around, and then he's tackled inside the 30-yard line. Aiden Booker comes up with a stop.
28-yard line.
Then around the 28, so it's still going to be second down. It's a 5-yard gain for Stratton that time.
Second and about 15.
Second and 15 for the Warriors. From the 28, snap to Fadden. Little dump off over the middle. Catch is made and rocked by Rogan Hupp. Rather, that is Jordan Kelly, I beg your pardon, who makes the stop. And they're going to say that was incomplete. No catch on the play. It's going to bring up third down.
Pass intended from McDaniel, incomplete. Third and 15.
Some of the numbers a little hard to see when you're up top here. So it'll be third down and 15 for Mohawk.
See if they get Blake Logan involved. We haven't seen him really part of the offense yet. Now they're going to run it.
They are going to run it and try to come back towards the left side once again. Short gain inside the 30 down to around the 23-yard line. Sam List had to carry that time. It's going to be a 5-yard game.
23.
Fourth down, though, and let's see what Mohawk's going to opt to do.
And 10.
Just outside the red zone. They are going to bring Logan out. I think Blake Logan thought they were going to go for a field goal.
I think they're thinking that because, Biden's taking a knee. Here's the snap.
And Logan's kick is away, and it is good. So Blake Logan from 40
that field goal
is good. Showing off the leg strength for Logan, and with 23
field goal by Blake Logan.
Seconds left. It's 17-6 Mohawk.
6.
Yeah, I mean, one thing Mohawk has shown in the last few years is to be able to have special teams, to be able to put points on the scoreboard from distance. And there was Blake Logan taking advantage of it, putting the ball through the uprights, adding 3 more points in a big first quarter here for Mohawk, scoring 17 points.
So Logan, his longest field goal of the season, his longest to that point was 17 yards, so basically an extra point. But hey, I mean, if they're used to guys kicking long field goals here at Mohawk, and Logan's able to show off that strength and that leg, he adds another weapon. Yeah, he adds another weapon. Newcastle Transit out of town scoreboard update brought to you by the Newcastle Transit Authority, online at newcastletransit.org. Touchdown for Neshannock, and it's 16-0. Extra point pending. Farrell has a 14-0 lead on Wilmington. Game of the night in 6A down in the Wpial. It's 8-7 Central Catholic over North Allegheny. As
tough scenario there.
Yeah, that's a bad break for Union as they're going to have to start deep in their own territory. There's Zion Waters on the return.
Yeah, unfortunately the wetness of the grounds came there, and he made the catch at about the 3-yard line, took a step forward and just completely lost his footing and went right down. And of course you can't advance this once you are down in high school football. And it's going to be a deep drive here for Union starting inside their own 5.
An offense that is not equipped again to go length to the field, although we did just see that big touchdown run by Million on the last possession.
So one play here before the end of the quarter.
And there were 2.3 seconds left on the clock, not 23 as I mentioned right before that try. As Thompson's going to carry it all the way out to the 15-yard line. That's going to be a first down for Union as we come to a close here in the first quarter. So some fireworks here at Warrior Stadium. Blake Logan, a 40-yard field goal, touchdown runs of 44 and 25 for Mohawk, 82 yards by Gianni Million. Union will have it 1st and 10 when we start the second quarter after this on the Lawrence County Sports Network powered by LCAP.
Hey, Mom, do you need a ride to the store today?
Oh, no thanks, hon. I got it covered. Mike's taking me.
Okay, well, you have a doctor's appointment tomorrow, right? I can take you to that.
No, I got it covered too. Mike's taking me.
Mike?
Yes, Mike's my ex driver. Picks me up right at my door and even helps carry my groceries. It's so convenient to schedule and ride with Axe. Wish I would have called him sooner.
Okay, Mom. Sounds like you got it covered.
I have an apple pie ready to eat. How about you help me with that?
When it comes to shopping for insurance, there are thousands of options out there. MVP Insurance proactively shops and compares your policies to find the best coverage and rate. Josh Mathur and David Verratti want to provide you with a level of personalized service that you know that you are the MVP of their agency. They simplify insurance so you can live stress-free. Visit one of the locations in Xenopal or in New Springfield, Ohio. Call MVP for the win, proud sponsor of the MVP of the game on the Lawrence County SportsNet.
Works in Progress Painting wishes a successful and satisfying season to all the Lawrence County sports teams and athletes. Work hard and bring honor to your team, school, and family in how you play. Joe Wright and his family have been providing painting, window cleaning, and other property services for business and homeowners in the Lawrence County area for over 10 years. Their goal on every project is to provide a meaningful service that honors their customer, God, and their family, and to have fun while doing it. Works in Progress is now booking interior painting projects for both residential and commercial projects. Call Joe today at 724-714-4294 to discuss your next project. Second quarter starts with a 5-yard Gianni Million run, so it's 2nd down and 5 for Union. We're just underway here in the second quarter, 17-6. Mohawk in front of Union as they'll keep it on the ground again. Thompson dancing around. He is going to get drilled in the backfield, and he might lose yardage on that play, and that'll bring up a 3rd down. Whole sling of a slew of Warriors in there on the stop.
Yeah, a bunch of them got into the backfield, and they're going to lose close to 2 yards on the play. So Thompson -2 on the carry, and they'll bring up a 3rd down and 8 coming up.
Okay, not exactly a down in distance, but as we have said here early on, it's a basically play every down type of thing for Union right now. Just try to pick up what they can here on 3rd down and see if it's a 4th and manageable. Stanley will throw it far side, could not connect with his intended receiver on the far side. That was like Million he was trying to get it to, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
They had confusion coming into that play. One of the players for Union checked in late. And that is not what you want to see, and then you had the overthrow. So unfortunately, it was Townsend that came in late in that into a slot position, and it really just kind of threw off the timing of the entire play. And that's what you can't have for Union. So Mohawk on the verge of, again, getting great field position as they have 2 back standing around the 45-yard line.
It's going to be half the field. Probably it's a low snap, not a great punt either. It's going to take a slight Union bounce. Actually, it's going to get all the way to midfield and then roll into right around where Logan was standing initially. So it's going to be 1st and 10 Union, or Mohawk rather, at the 48-yard line after the Union punt with 10:16 to go in the first half. Out-of-town scoreboard update. 3.5 minutes to go until halftime. And Elwood City is only up 7-0 on New Brighton. So that is a
kind of a surprise.
Yeah, that is a bit of a early surprise here tonight. 17-0 to Shannock over Shenango and 14-0 Farrell over Wilmington. 10:16 to go here till halftime. It's a 17-6 lead for Mohawk. So they'll have it again, try to add to it. Fadden and company just outside of Union territory. Fadden's going to keep on first down, gets to the edge, angling towards the corner, stays in bounds, cuts back towards the middle of the field, is spun around, gets out of another tackle, yet another tackle, and he is finally brought down at the 25-yard line. A 27-yard pickup for Fadden, and a first down for Mohawk with 10 minutes to go until halftime.
Yeah, Fadden did a great job following his blockers to the left side, got to the edge, and then was able to move it upfield and then cut back in as he got a little traffic, kept his foot going, and was able to shake a couple tacklers and get all the way down inside the 25-yard line. A great run there by Fadden for this Warriors team here with 9:35 on a moving clock.
You know, one thing that Mohawk does have that Union does not, and that's depth up front. They actually have a couple of guys that only go one way. Fadden somehow one-handed that snap, and then he handed it off to Stratton, who lost it as well, and then pounced on it right at the 25. Yeah, so it's actually going to be a loss of 1. It's going to bring up 2nd down and 11. That ball a little slick right now, and both guys not able to hang on to it.
Yeah, well, this weather is going to play havoc with the ball here. I mean, it's still a nice mist coming down now again. Not as heavy as we had earlier in the first quarter, but the wind is still moving in a lot of different directions. So it is a tough scenario for both teams here playing in this conditions.
Yeah, it is starting to pick up now as Fadden will throw it on 2nd down. Flag down, gets it off, and it's caught, but right back near the line of scrimmage is Blake Logan. It's going to go for no gain, but there is a flag.
Yeah, we're going to get a lot of kind of holding tight calls on the passing game here tonight with this weather. It's easy to lose your footing and get your hands in wrong positions, and you know you're going to turn bodies, and your hand's going to be around the neck and around the front of it. And they're going to call that every time, and there's 10 yards against the offense here.
Replay 2nd down from the Union.
By the way, our special teams points tonight. Special teams points are presented this fall by Specialty Cookies by Lori Heights. For every point scored by the special teams in our broadcast this season, Specialty Cookies will make a contribution to the Mark Shaw Scholarship Fund. Thank you to the Heights family for their support of the Chauncey Scholarships here in Lawrence County. For more information on how you can support the Mark Shaw Scholarship Fund, visit lcsportsnet.com/scholarship. Fadden will hand it off Stratton. Bounces off one, left side. Stratton down the sideline. First down, Mohawk, and pushed out of bounds on the Union sideline by Kelly. And it'll be a first down and goal inside the red zone for the Warriors. They are in the red zone tonight. Make sure you stop by the red zone on Wilmington Road in Neshannock for all of your county sporting apparel needs. Voted the best of the best in Lawrence County. They'll be first down and 10.
Stratton out of bounds.
Stratton did a great job just letting his blockers get out in front, letting them continue to move forward as he just followed them down the left sideline as he picks up about 22?
28 yards that time. 55 yards on 5 carries for Stratton here in this game tonight. Big touchdown run earlier. Mohawk knocking on the door once again. Fadden will hand it to him again, coming around on the near side, trying to get to the corner, turns upfield, and then is tripped up nicely as Townsill and Aiden Booker combined for the stop. It'll be 2nd down and goal for Mohawk.
Yeah, Union did a nice job stringing that one out. They gave up a few yards, but they didn't let him have the edge, and they were able to get him down.
There is a flag on the play.
I think we're going to have another holding penalty against Mohawk.
It's going to be a common theme here the rest of the way in this game.
It really will be. I mean, just the conditions are going to make it even more and more difficult for both these schools not to get that.
Illegal shift against Mohawk.
And then calls an illegal shift on the Warriors. So it goes to the 13, first and goal from the 13-yard line. Out-of-town scoreboard update brought to you by the Newcastle Transit Authority. Now 20-0 Farrell over Wilmington. First down and 13 from Mohawk. Fadden will hand it off. Stratton slipped, kept his feet, and he is going to fight his way inside the 10. It's going to be close to the original line of scrimmage. He is actually going to be at the 9, it looks like.
The 10-yard line, second and goal from the 10.
4-yard gain. It'll be second down and goal for Mohawk.
Yeah, they're just going to continue to pound the ball here. Anytime they've gone a stretch play, that is when the penalties have happened. So let's see if they try to just continue to run through the tackles here, where they're having some success here. We'll see what they choose to do.
Rain continues to fall here at Warrior Stadium. Supposed to be out of here shortly for good, as they'll keep it on the ground. Fadden twisting around. Fadden gets popped as he gets into the middle of the field.
Fadden on that keeper.
I'm not sure if that was a broken play or not there, Eric, simply because it looked like he turned one way to handle off the ball and there was nobody home. And then he kind of spinned on himself and made, you know, the initial effort to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Johnny Million
on that play.
And
third and goal from the 10.
That was James Mahoney who had the stop in the middle as they move some personnel in and out. Third down and goal for Mohawk as we wind inside, almost inside 6 minutes here to go in the first half. Fadden going to throw it. Fadden looks over the middle, slings it in and out of the hands of the intended receiver, Chapman, and it'll bring up fourth down.
Just a little behind him. He had to turn around and try to reach back for that ball. If he hit him in stride, he's going to get into the end zone there. But this is a great opportunity again here for a fourth down try. And let's see if they keep the offense out there. Or will it be Logan for another field goal? It looks like it'll be Logan for another field goal.
Set up Blake Logan for another field goal try. This one's going to be about 27 yards.
Blocked.
And that is blocked right at the line. So that one is no good. And with 5:58 to go in the first half, we stay at 17-6. Union will take back over with a chance here before the half. And a driving rainstorm is, take a quick look at what's going on around the area. Still 20-0 Farrell over Wilmington. Shannock a 17-0 lead at Shenango, on Shenango. Elwood City still clinging to that 7-0 lead. And there's now just 32 seconds to go in the first half of that game. Game of the night in the WPIL. Central Catholic still leading North Allegheny 8-7. The other big game down in the Pittsburgh area is Upper St. Clair taking on Peters Township tonight. So 5:58 to go in the first half. Aliquippa is up 27-7 on Newcastle. So that game got away from Newcastle quick, and here is Million, who's going to get away from everybody once again in a foot race with Stratton. He is going to outrun everybody, and for the second time tonight, Gianni Million has an 80-yard touchdown run with 5:43 to go in the first half.
Yeah, about 162 yards with 2 carries. And 2 touchdowns here for Gianni Million. What a play. Once he gets out in the open, his speed just takes over, keeping Union in the ballgame with 2 big plays. They now trail this ballgame by less than a touchdown.
They are going to go for 2 with 5:43 to go. It looks like it's, are they going to go for 2? That's the question. They've lined up in the protection, it looks like, but I think they're going to call a timeout. They do call a Pontius Insurance timeout. Visit pontiusinsurance.com to request a quote for auto, home, business, or life insurance. I'm going to talk about this because they're down by 5. They don't necessarily need to go for 2 right now. but this would draw them within a field goal with just over 5 minutes to go in the first half.
Yeah, I mean, when you really look at it, is there a difference between 5 and 4 if you kick the extra point?
Need a touchdown either way.
Right. So I can see the idea, and plus you're, quite honest with you, you missed your first one, so you might as well.
You get 2, you're down by a field goal, but
right.
that's the key. So you could kick to tie the game, but hey, this is the most fight that I think this Union team has shown. Now, they were, again, competitive with Neshannock in that first half and then pulled starters in the fourth quarter, but this is a different attitude with this Union team tonight. They have come to play. They are playing hard. They have not allowed the deficit to get in their head. And the guy that's come to play the hardest so far is Gianni Million.
Yeah. He has done a great job, and he's going to be the one out to the far right.
He had 186 yards rushing coming into tonight. He has 162 on 2 touchdown runs.
Yeah, amazing. 2 carries.
Thompson will take the snap. He's going to work his way right, duck his head, spin, and he is going to be in for the 2-point conversion. And all of a sudden, it is a 3-point ball game with 5:43 to go until halftime. We will step aside for a timeout. 80-yard touchdown run by Gianni Million. And Mohawk still clinging to that 3-point lead here on the Lawrence County Sports Network, powered by LCAP.
Tired of gasoline costs? Why drive? Let the Newcastle Transit Authority take you where you want to go. Serving the city of Newcastle and stops throughout Lawrence County, as well as weekday service to Pittsburgh. Public transportation just makes sense. Why drive when you can relax and ride? For more information or for route schedules, log on to newcastletransit.org. The Newcastle Transit Authority, going your way. And remember, senior citizens ride free.
Since 1911, the City Rescue Mission has been serving our community by providing food for the hungry, shelter for the homeless, and hope for the lost. We continue to love all that come through our doors, extending mercy and providing grace just as God has done for each of us, serving with a compassionate heart and sharing the good news of the gospel and the hope we all have in Jesus Christ, just like we've done since 1911. We can't do this alone, and we continue to need your help.
Short kickoff once again, and Mohawk's going to fall on it at their own 45-yard line, so they will take over 1st and 10, 5:42 to go in the first half. How about Union tonight? 2 touchdown runs of 80-plus by Gianni Million, 80 and 82. And this Union team, the talk this week in their halls was about how they're still confident. They didn't think the season was over. There's still a lot to play for. They can still win games in 2A in the Midwestern Conference. They can still make a case for the playoffs. And they have proven that tonight, that they don't think this thing is over yet. 1st and 10 for Mohawk from the 45. Fadden's going to hand it off List, and there is nowhere to go this time. And this Union defense, they got their lunch pail tonight. They are coming to work. That is Isaac Casado. Once again, he had a stop on the last drive and comes up with a big one here with 5:27 to go.
Anytime you get in the backfield and get a 4-yard loss, you did the right thing.
From their own 40.
And Casado did a nice job, and that's what they got to continue to do. They got to play this inspired football. Hey, if it takes 2 big plays to score, so be it. They're touchdowns, they count, and you motivate your team. But Gianni Million has made a huge play here on both those big 80-yard plus runs for Union. Now the defense seems to be even more motivated than they were before.
4:54 to go in the first half. Fadden slings it near side, incomplete, looking for Stratton. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
And this is what Union wants defensively. Keep them in 3rd and down and long scenario. 3rd down, 8, 9, 10. That's one 3rd down and 15. This is where you can get that pressure from their defensive line. If you can get Mitchell and McCabe and Carbona, available, that's going to be huge for them.
Big 3rd down here in this first half. 4:49 to go in the first half. Mohawk has it. 3rd and 15 on their own 40. Union trying to get their defense off the field, get the ball back before the half. Fadden going to air it out again, spins the ball, pressure coming. Fadden breaks out of it. He looks downfield, he slings it, incomplete. Logan was down the field, coverage by Maddox Thompson. Union's defense gets off the field with 4:42 to go in the half, and they will get it back with a chance to take the lead.
There's that defensive line getting into the backfield, pressuring Fadden, rolling him out to his right where he really had no play, and he just threw the ball out of bounds. You know, and now they'll have to punt the ball away. Blake Logan going in punt formation. Thompson deep. This is another opportunity for a big play here for this Union team that has seen 2 on the offensive rushing game. See if they get something out of the special teams here.
Logan. It's going to be short end over end, and it'll take a Mohawk bounce to the 35 of the Scotties. 4.5 minutes to go in the first half, and Union is going to have a chance to take the lead, or worst case here, even tie, with 4.5 minutes to go in the first half.
Yeah, I mean, this is everything you want for your Union. Dude, at one point, trailed 14-0 in this ball game, and then 17-6. So they've been on a move here, and you look at their special teams. They came up with that big block field goal attempt where Mohawk was trying to extend their lead, and then the next play was Million's 80-yard run for a touchdown.
1st and 10 for the Scotties. And guess who is in the backfield with his quarterback, and it's going to be Million. Gets the carry again. Johnny Million, not this time, but a good run on first down. He's going to get stopped by Connor Hart, but good run on first down. Picks up 5. It'll be 2nd and 5 with 4:19 to go.
Yeah, Million's did a nice job just taking that handoff, looking up, turning right up the gut, following his blockers, picking up 5 yards, and that's what you want on first down. You want to be in second down and medium. You want to be in second down in short scenarios, and this is exactly who Union needs to be able to get positive yards on first down.
Million has 173 yards tonight. He's trying to pick his way for more, and he's going to pick up enough for a Union first down.
Thompson on that carry out to the Union.
Or was that Maddox Thompson? That was...
I believe it was Millions.
Was Johnny Million. No, that was Thompson. Sorry.
That was Thompson? Okay.
Had the carry. But it's enough for a Union first down regardless on a gain of 5. First and 10, Scotties from the 47. And off Million, coming near side, ducks his head, and he's going to get upended. Bobby Fadden had contact first.
Fadden on the tackle.
And then Monaco was also in there to help him out.
Yeah, they strung that one out nicely for the defense to be able to really prevent him to get into the edge, and it really made a huge difference on that play. That's exactly what the Warriors need to do. They need to either get in the backfield and get some penetration on those running plays, or they're going to have to be able to string them out and prevent their Union from getting to the edge and making positive yardage.
Farrell's added another touchdown. They lead Wilmington 26-0 on our NewcastleTransit.org out-of-town scoreboard as Thompson's going to carry. Thompson to the far side. Stiff arms the man, stiff arms Logan, and then he's going to just carry his momentum out of bounds towards the 40. He's into Mohawk territory. It's not enough for a first down with 2:23 to go. Logan's going to get credit for the stop that time, but it should be 3rd and about 2, so a 7-yard gain that time.
Yeah, nice play there by Thompson, getting to the edge, being able to turn the corner, using the stiff arm to get the extra yardage and bring up this 3rd down and short scenario. That's exactly what they need to be in.
Dylan Sumney with an equipment issue, tying his shoelace. Referee will grant him the time to take care of that. It is going to be a 3rd down and 2 for this Union offense with 2:02 to go in the first half. They are trying to tie or take the lead here on the road in a steady rainstorm as Thompson's going to carry again, right side, first down. Maddox Thompson to the 40.
Thompson on that carry, gets inside the Mohawk
and
40.
he is down to the 40-yard line, a 5-yard gain that time, and a first down for Union with 1:50 to go in the half.
Yeah, that's exactly what they should do. Just continue to play their ball game, run the ball in this rain, and take advantage of the motors that they have, and they're getting the job done here.
Cody Falk had to stop. Here comes Million again, and they're not letting him get any kind of head of steam this time.
To the Mohawk 38.
As Monaco and
on that tackle.
Connor Hart team up for the stop. I think they know the book on Gianni Million right now. He's, again, had 186 yards rushing coming into the game tonight. He's got 175 in the first half.
He might be a water bug tonight more than a mutter.
Ball is loose. And it looks like Stanley was able to get it, keep the possession alive for Union, but it's going to bring up a third down with under a minute to go now in the half. Union does have a timeout left. No gain that time. Fumbled right at the line of scrimmage. They are taking a lot of time. A lot of time. That play stopped with a minute left in the first half, and we're down to 37 seconds on the game clock.
15 on the play clock.
Almost a half a minute run off the clock. There is no urgency here, but Stanley will air it out. He's going to go deep, and he's got Waters, and it's in and out of his hands.
Yeah,
so that'll
Waters
stop the
was
clock.
there. Difficult play. Just a little in front of him. He stretched out as far as he could to make the play. Just couldn't quite reach it. I'll bring up fourth down. You know, this is a scenario here with only 23 seconds left. I keep my offense on the field and just take another shot at it. You never know. You might get a penalty. You might get something good. I think you got to keep your offense on the field if you're Union here, but it looks like they're going to punt the ball away.
They will punt it.
Play it safe.
Rain intensifies again with 23 seconds to go in the half. Mohawk does have 2 return men back.
Kind of a swinging gate. They're going to do something unique. Then they couldn't get it in formation properly.
Union has to burn its final time out of the half. Brought to you by Pontius Insurance. Make sure you take time to save money on your insurance. Visit pontiusinsurance.com. Eric Thomas and Tim Continenza with you here tonight at Warrior Stadium in a monsoon, and it's been a good game so far. It's been the night of Gianni Million. Want to remind you too that Firefly Solar brings you our Band of the Week. When you're ready to go solar, go Firefly Solar. With Firefly, you get the best of everything solar from an experienced award-winning solar installation company with a lifetime solar warranty. Visit firefly.solar for more information. A couple of scores around the area. We've gone to halftime at Elwood City and also Neshannock, and they both still lead 7-0 and 17-0 respectively. Farrell up 26-0. In the 6A game of the night, North Allegheny now a 14-8 lead on Pitt Central Catholic, although Central Catholic is driving inside the NA red zone. And Kelly, there is the fake punt. They draw it up. Kelly is only going to get back to the original line of scrimmage, though, and no further. It looked like the ball popped loose, and Mohawk may have fallen on it. And Mohawk did with 14.1 seconds left.
Yeah, I think that was more designed just to take 10 seconds off the clock versus trying to get a big play. I think it was pretty obvious that they were going to try to not put the ball away in this conditions and then just try to take as much time off the clock as they could. They got about 10 seconds off it, so it's not a terrible move. And it leaves Mohawk with only 14 seconds remaining here in the half.
Change of possession brought to you by Madure Bonner Law. Make sure you protect your possessions, MadureBonnerLaw.com. Fadden will just take the shotgun snap and kneel down, and that'll do it for the first half. So a early run by Mohawk and 2 big runs by Gianni Million. We got ourselves a 17-14 game at the half. A good one here. Both teams head off to the locker rooms. They'll dry off. And we will step aside for a timeout. Coming up on the halftime show, we'll recap the scoring, recap the first half statistics, bring you part of the band performance, and I do believe that they are going to honor the first responders and military that are in attendance tonight here at Warrior Stadium, so hopefully we can bring that to you as well. Good one here. 17-14 Mohawk in front. Halftime show comes your way next on the Lawrence County Sports Network, powered by LCAP.
At Medore Bonner Law, we're more than just attorneys. We're your community partners. With a combined experience that spans decades, attorneys Jason Medore, Michael Bonner, and Greg Rossitelli are your trusted advisors for all legal matters. From personal injury to estate planning, business law to family disputes, we are here to guide you through every step of the legal process. Our full-service, community-based approach ensures that you're not just a client, but a valued member of our family. Give us a call or visit us online at MedoreBonnerLaw.com for more information.
GEM building contractors and developers have a proven record of performance on any size project. They bring value, local craftsmanship, expert management to meet any challenge. From design construction, from inspection to budget estimation, GEM Builder has been building our community for 70 years.
When it comes to protecting those you love, the businesses you've built, or the things you've earned, you need someone you can trust. Who better to protect your interests than a local insurance agent? Pontius Insurance is a team of local agents helping local residents in Lawrence County and surrounding areas, specializing in auto, home, business, and life insurance. Come see Dan Pontius, Jessica Dix, and Tracy Giddings, and the rest of the team at Pontius Insurance, and receive the personalized service you deserve.
Eugene Retort. Max Rosick, who is also a retired Pennsylvania State police officer.
Hey.
David Summers and Richard Tanner. Service with the Navy. Michael Bell. Michael Herr. Aaron Hicks, who also volunteers with the Mahoney Township Fire Department. John Kimmel, who also volunteers with the New Beaver Borough Fire Department. Dr. Tom Patton. John Warren. We also have representatives for several local fire departments. From the North Beaver Township Fire Department, William Daughtry. Fred Lates. David Lombardo. Kathy Mead, who serves as an EMR, and Tom Mead, who also serves as an EMT. From the Mahoney Township Fire Department, Fire Chief Pancho Exposito.
Might not be worth
Jessica
it.
Kosciuszko. Nancy Kosciuszko.
Is it dry? Yeah.
William McGregor.
What a mess.
Nolan Motter. Caitlin Myers, who is also a 911 operator and EMT with Nogas. Jessica Patton. Josh Patton. Charlie Reed.
Wow. 42-14.
Don Retort.
Yeah. Not a good night
Larry
to,
Wolford.
to catch them.
Zach Wolford. And finally, from Scott Township,
Back here at Warrior Stadium, Eric Thomas and
Shaw.
Tim Continenza with you. Halftime as
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen,
Union
for your
and
service
Mohawk put
and
together
all
a pretty
you
good
do for
first
the
half
community.
of football. It was a 17-6 game at one point, and Johnny Million went nuts for his second 80-yard touchdown run. Our scoring recap in the first half tonight here at the half.
Get ready for a nostalgic trip.
Is brought to you by Creative Edge, where design and construction come together with experience. And first, it was Sam List, a 44-yard touchdown run with 6:49 to go in the first quarter. A 4-play, 70-yard drive made it 7-0 Mohawk. About 3.5 minutes later, Cash Stratton from 25 yards on a 5-play, 65-yard drive. It was 14-0 Mohawk at that point. And then Johnny Million, about a minute later, 82-yard run. The kick was missed, and it was 14-6. From there, Logan adds a 40-yard field goal. That's all the scoring in the first quarter. So 23 points in the first quarter between these two sides. And then Million, the only scoring of the second quarter, his second 80-yard touchdown run. They get the point after they run. They go for two. They get it with Thompson scoring on the two-point try, and it's 17-14 at the half. Mohawk clinging to that three-point lead. In the first half, Bobby Fadden, 2 of 6 for 70 yards. Both of his completions have gone to Jackson Chapman for those 70 yards. The leading rusher in the first half for Mohawk was Sam List with 6 carries for 70 yards. Cash Stratton added 6 for 59. And Fadden had 4 carries for 20 yards. And that is all the offense for Mohawk in the first half. For Union, they have not completed a pass tonight. Stanley is 0 for 4. Thompson has not attempted one. Thompson has run the ball 11 times for 27 yards. Million has run the ball 8 times for 175. And the 2 touchdowns. Again, he had 186 yards rushing coming into play here tonight and 175 in the first half. That's your scoring recap from Creative Edge. From concept to creation, they combine their extensive construction experience with creative design to make your project a reality. Fully licensed and insured architecture and construction management services. Call 724-652-1372 for more information. Out-of-town scoreboard update brought to you by the Newcastle Transit Authority. Why drive when you can ride and relax? Daily routes to Pittsburgh as well as routes all around Lawrence County. Visit newcastletransit.org for more information and route schedules. And remember, senior citizens ride for free. Elwood City 7-0. Neshannock 17-0. It is Farrell over Wilmington 26-0. And the other game, Newcastle and Aliquippa, you got a score update on that.
Yeah, the Quips leading 42-14 in the second quarter.
So Newcastle is likely going to lose for the first time this season. They have back-to-back weeks of, these are the 2 biggest games of the year for them tonight. Obviously, Aliquippa a little upset after their loss to Penn Hills last week, but next week against Montour is equally as big. Montour still ahead of Newcastle in the standings, so that's a huge game, which leads me into what we're going to do next Friday night. We are likely, you'll just have to go to lcsportsnet.com to confirm this. We are going to go to Montour next Friday night to bring you the Newcastle-Montour game. The rest of our coverage is sort of up in the air. We got some games on Saturday. A lot of the action is going to be on Saturday next week, so we're still finalizing some plans. But as of right now, the plan is for us to be at Montour next Friday night for that showdown between Newcastle and Montour, and that's going to be a good one. We are planning to bring you the broadcast as normal. If that changes, we'll let you know. But as of right now, it is supposed to be a standard broadcast. We'll be on the air video with you starting at 6:30 from Montour High School in McKees Rocks. That ought to be one hell of a game next Friday night.
It really should be. Obviously, the Quips are the Quips, and we knew that coming into tonight's game for Newcastle. But Newcastle was coming off an emotional win the previous week against Knock, and it's really important now to see what they could do here in the second half of their game. I think more importantly, they need just to establish themselves and, kind of get a good momentum, good feel for the rest of the game, saying, all right, we made a few mistakes. We let them get a big run on us. Now it's time for, Newcastle to find a way to make a statement in the second half that they're still a team to contend with. They're not just a pretender. And we'll find out more next week as you against Montour exactly what they're going to do. But it's going to be an important. They're in the midst of a very difficult start of conference play. All 3 games to start the season on the road. It's not what I don't think any school would want to be in.
Yeah, that's a tough situation for Newcastle to be in. Anything surprise you as we go around the area? Laurel's got a 7-0 lead at halftime. Anything besides this surprise you? I think the game that stands out to me the most, not maybe surprised at the deficit that Newcastle has, not necessarily that Aliquippa is winning that game, but
correct.
Elwood City is only up 7-0 on New Brighton right now.
I was just going to mention that. Elwood City, obviously not knowing exactly what has transpired in that game, it's just surprising that offense has not been able to establish themselves. The defense is doing what you expect them to do. they're showing up and making plays, obviously, and they're throwing a shutout here in the first half. But I'm curious to see if it's the weather scenario there has really deterred that offense. Maybe we got some turnovers going on in that game and is preventing, the Wolverines showing exactly what they have done in the past few weeks. But yeah, that's the biggest surprise. And then really, I look at Laurel. Laurel continue to playing well. They're trying to get their second win of the season, a big win if they can get it. They're up 7-0 at half.
Couple stats in that Elwood City game. They've rushed for 109 yards, and New Brighton's gone for 86. Not much in the way of passing in that game. The two teams have only combined for 33 yards. That's courtesy of our friends with the EC Wolverines. Elsewhere in the WPIL, two colossal games tonight, one in 5A. Peters Township and Upper St. Clair are tied at 7 at the half, and the other big game tonight in 6A, it is North Allegheny and Central Catholic. There's about 42 seconds to go in the first half there, and North Allegheny leads 14-11. We will step aside for another timeout. Actually, let's take you down on the field and get some of the action with the band here tonight at the half. The Union Marching Band on the field in a rainstorm. Mohawk will be taking the field next, and we'll take you through the rest of halftime here, and we'll come back with the start of the third quarter shortly. It's 17-14 Mohawk here in the Lawrence County Sports Network.
Don't get left out to dry. Call the Penn Ohio Bottled Water Company for the fastest and most efficient bottled water delivery service in the area. Penn Ohio offers bottled water ranging from 16.9-ounce bottles to 5-gallon jugs, perfect for your next event or office water cooler system. Also, don't forget to ask about their custom labeling options. Visit PennOhioBottledWater.com for more information and to get a quote on their delivery services. Whether it's at home, in the office, or on the sidelines, Penn Ohio has you covered.
Nominations are now being accepted for the LCAP Team of the Month and the LGKG Male and Female Athlete of the Month. Log on to lcsportsnet.com/awards to nominate your favorite team or athlete today.
When it comes to shopping for insurance, there are thousands of options out there. MVP Insurance proactively shops and compares your policies to find the best coverage and rate. Josh Mathur and David Verratti want to provide you with the level of personalized service that you know that you are the MVP of their agency. They simplify insurance so you can live stress-free. Visit one of the locations in Xenopal or in New Springfield, Ohio. Call MVP for the win, proud sponsor of the MVP of the game on the Lawrence County SportsNet.
Thank you for calling Axe. Where can we take you today?
To work, to the store, to Grandma's house. Axe can get you there, but it's much more than a ride. It's a joyride.
I'm helping people. I'm getting them out of their house. I'm taking them to their doctors, to the grocery store.
They say I'm entertaining. Okay, we laugh, we joke, we sing, we tell stories.
They're like family to us.
Even if it's the same day, to schedule your joyride, call Axe today.
Joseph's Marketplace is Newcastle's favorite family-owned hometown grocery store and coffee shop. Fresh meats and produce, full-line deli, homemade foods, and much more. Joseph's Marketplace has hot foods prepared every day. They also have Newcastle favorites like grape leaves, hummus, and wedding soup available daily. Follow Joseph's Marketplace on Facebook and Instagram for daily updates or stop in to see what's cooking each day. Come hang out at the brand new cafe and bakery, full of great coffee, drinks, sandwiches, snacks, sweets, and free Wi-Fi. In a rush? Go to josephsnc.com and place your cafe order online. Joseph's Marketplace, family owned and operated since 1915.
I love what I do because coming in every day is different.
How can you not enjoy these kids coming up and hugging you and giving you these great smiles all throughout the day?
You guys ready? Seeing the progress that our kids make every single day is one of the reasons I love coming to school.
What should we do?
We have fun.
LCAP Early Learning Centers is hiring. Help empower young minds in Lawrence County and become a superhero today. Apply at lcap.org.
I'm Kevin Sapp. I'm president of the Mohawk Education Association. We are one of the sponsors for the Lawrence County SportsNet. We would like to take a moment to wish all of Lawrence County student athletes health and safety as they compete. In particular, we would like to wish luck to all of Mohawk student athletes as they represent our school with pride.
For 20 years, Melee Chiropractic has treated athletes of all ages to help them get safely back to the top of their game. Melee Chiropractic has 3 full-time doctors in their office, and all 3 are former area athletes who have had to battle injuries throughout their careers. They want to help you get safely back on your feet. But more importantly, help stop the injuries before they happen. Prehab before you rehab. Attention all high school student athletes. During your sports season, a $30 visit to the Melee Chiropractic office includes an adjustment and/or all therapy is necessary. From the athletes of tomorrow to the weekend warriors and everything in between. Let Melee Chiropractic keep you in the game.
Back here at halftime, Eric Thomas, Tim Continenz with you. 8:40 on the clock, so we're going to take it down on the field and let you in on what the Mohawk Marching Band is doing here at the half as they perform in a rainstorm. Kudos to them for sticking around and putting on the show here at the half. Let's listen on the Mohawk Marching Band.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Mohawk Warrior Marching Band. The band is under the direction of Mr. Jason Zay and Assistant Director Dustin Anicott, Auxiliary Advisor Mrs. Megan Hunt, and Band Assistants Miss Katie.
There is the Mohawk Marching Band here at halftime as Mohawk has a 17-14 lead over Union in what's been a good first half. And hopefully, and finally, maybe this rain is gone because it has stopped here at the tail end of halftime. Unfortunately for both bands, they had to perform in a downpour. But it looks like it might have actually gotten out of here. And the temperature, by the way, has dropped probably about 10 to 12 degrees in the last couple of minutes or so. Let's give you an out-of-town scoreboard update brought to you by the Newcastle Transit Authority. Daily routes to Pittsburgh as well as routes all around Lawrence County. Visit newcastletransit.org for more information and route schedules. Also remember that senior citizens ride for free. They've started the second half at Elwood City. It's still 7-0 Wolverines. Elwood City, by the way, now ranked in the top 10 in 2A. That according to PennLive.com, the official state football rankings in Pennsylvania. They are now a top 10 squad in Pennsylvania and probably going to stay there. Now, they just got a huge turnover against New Brighton in the start of the third quarter. They're only up 7-0 right now, so that's a big moment in that game early in the second half. And New Brighton coughs it up, and Elwood City is going to take back over. The other game on our network tonight, we have two of them. Right now, Farrell and Wilmington, it's 26-0 Farrell over Wilmington. They've gone to the half there. They're about to start the second half. And the other game, Neshannock just got another touchdown. They've scored twice to start the third quarter, now lead Shenango 30-0. I think that Neshannock team, we saw some of the offensive line get shifted around. We were sort of questioning, like, well, why isn't this offense firing in all cylinders? Like, they came out in this high-powered offense to start the season, and then they kind of tailed off a little bit, and Elwood City put the clamps on them. I think they're back. I think they're okay now.
Yeah, I think they are. I think they had a kind of wake-up call, losing that game to Elwood City at home. A game that they probably, when they talk to themselves and the coaching staff and the players and the community, think is a game they probably should have won. Now, circumstances were another rain delay and everything else was involved. But the bottom line is they came up short in that game, and you've seen Elwood City take momentum from that game and continue it right now as they, up in their game here tonight. And then you look at the rebound, in a sense, for Neshannock. I think Neshannock, when you get down to it in Lawrence County, your two top teams right now are, without question in my mind, is Elwood City at 1 and Neshannock at 2. And then everybody else is, fighting for position for that third spot.
Yeah, I tend to agree with you on that. We do our power rankings each week on our show. Those two are still 1 and 2 and probably going to remain such until further notice. Again, Neshannock drops down to 1A, though, and that's a loaded 1A. Yes. Now, you have, at the 1A level, you now have Fort Cherry, who has a healthy Matt Sieg, who is back from a broken hand. He still played with the broken hand, but wasn't starting at quarterback full-time with that injury, so he is back full-time. Clarendon is still a problem there. You have Bishop Canavan, who is making some headway in that 1A. I mean, 1A is just so loaded. It is so loaded. And who knows what's going to happen down the stretch, but the playoffs are going to be incredible, and you want to start playing some of your best football, and I think that Neshannock is I think you're right. I think that loss woke them up, and I think that they've finally – they've started to kind of round into form here a little bit.
I think it's, sometimes you got to be challenged, and sometimes you have has to go up against the wall a little bit. That was a difficult loss for them at home. A game that, like I said, when you look at it and what they did in the first half and put themselves in situations to take control of that game, and then in the second half, after the rain delay, just not play a solid game that they normally play. Missing opportunities to extend drives and get points on the scoreboard was really the difference in that game. And then Elwood City in the fourth quarter doing what they needed to do to get first downs to really run out that clock and win that game. But, when you get down to it, like, this is what I think is going to be really important here for tonight when you look at Mohawk and Union. It's going to be what team here in the second half, especially the start of the fourth quarter, if this is still close, Eric, could put a drive together that could take 4, 5, 6 minutes off the clock and really, and finish it with points. That's the key. And really put their opponent, whoever it may be, in the behind, in the back seat, trying to move forward. So it's going to be interesting to see how it works. But this field is extremely wet. It's going to be extremely slippery. The ball's going to be wet throughout the second half because it's going to be on the ground before every snap. So it's going to be important here. But I really think special teams are going to play a big part of tonight's ball game. We haven't seen Union kick deep here tonight. We'll be interested to see how they start tonight's second half.
Yeah, and to make matters worse, if you're Union, you have all that momentum. They're going to kick it away to start the second half because they received to start the game. An update from that Elwood City game. They did score after that turnover, so it's now 14-0 Elwood City. As we are ready to go here in the third quarter, it's a squib kick once again for Union, and it's going to be fielded by Mohawk, and they're going to get a good return out of this up near the 45-yard line.
Turns that out near the
So it's going to be
45.
1st and 10 for the Warriors. Again, the rain still coming down, but it's not as hard as it was for a while there during the first half. It was a deluge in the first half.
First and 10 from their own 44.
Mohawk starts 1st and 10 from its own 44-yard line to begin play here in the third quarter. And we got action all over the place that we'll keep an eye on for you. That big Elwood City game, again, 14-0. The Shannock rolling tonight. Laurel was up at halftime, and Farrell is in control of Wilmington. And we have the other two county teams here in Newcastle and Aliquippa. Aliquippa is running away with that game as they will get ready to head to the third quarter. Fadden will take the first snap of the second half. He will hand it off. It's List. And List with a good gain to the 50.
Sammy List on that
And he's
carry,
going to be
takes it out
stopped
near
there
midfield.
by Jaden Townsell and company. Yeah, good chunk of yardage, yeah.
And that's exactly what Mohawk needs to do, is get Sam List involved. When Sam List was in the first half running the ball effectively, they really opened up things. They were able to use Stratton too running the ball on that second drive that gave them their second touchdown. So it's really important to get Sam List involved here. I think they kind of got away with that in the second quarter after that block kick.
2nd down and 4 for Mohawk, just outside of Union territory. Quick throw near side. Fadden finds Logan, makes a man miss. Blake Logan to the outside. Blake Logan 35-30, cuts back, tackled right near the 25, 20-yard line by Maddox Thompson. We're going to get a late flag after the play. It's going to be a first down for Mohawk.
May have gotten some face mask on that tackle. We'll have to wait and see what they call, and I believe that's what they're saying.
And we'll see.
Thompson made that tackle on him. He got a face mask involved.
See if there's personal foul or not. It is a face mask on Union, so that's going to take the ball. It was a 30-yard gain the first time tonight Logan has caught a pass. And that snaps an 0-for-4 swing
for the Warriors after that penalty.
For Fadden, who's now thrown for 100 yards. It's going to take the ball inside the 10 of the 9-yard line. So a 10-yard penalty tacked on at the end of the play, and it's 1st and goal for Mohawk as they've entered the red zone. Stop by the red zone on Wilmington Road into Shannock for all of your county sporting apparel needs. First drive of the second half, and Mohawk looking good here after that play to Logan from Fadden. Handoff up the middle, List, and he pounds his way down to the 5, still working inside the 5. Going to be ganged up on and dropped inside the 5, Jameel Mitchell.
Second and goal.
Going to drag him down, but a good 5-yard gain for List, and it's 2nd and goal Mohawk.
Jamal Mitchell on that tackle.
Nice run just up the middle with List doing what he does best, keeping his legs moving forward and forcing Union to use multiple tacklers to bring him down.
10:08 to go in the third quarter. First drive of the second half, and Mohawk is trying to extend the lead here. Make it a 2-score game once again. Corey Fennell is in the game, bottom of your screen, with Logan in the slot. Fadden looking to his right. Pressure. Bobby's going to have to back his way out of it. Going to uncork a throw in the end zone and a diving catch. It's a touchdown for Mohawk. What a catch and what a throw by Fadden as he connects with Fennell on a scramble drill with 9:41 to go in the third quarter.
What amazing play there by Fadden. Just looking like the old Fran Target is. He circled around, looking down the left side, and then in the process, he fires a bullet into the end zone, and Fennell is able to go down low and scoop it before it hits the grass and gets that touchdown here for Mohawk on their opening drive in the second half.
Fadden and Fennell connect, and Logan connects on the extra point. And that's going to make it a 2-score game once again. With 9:41 to go in the third quarter. 24-14. Well, you think about how this game has gone so far with Million and Union hanging around and hanging around and hanging around. That's a huge touchdown to start the third quarter. That drive summary brought to you by Joseph's Marketplace, Newcastle's favorite family-owned hometown grocery store and coffee shop. Check out the cafe and bakery section. Place to go order online at josephsnc.com.
And that is definitely a nomination for our Melee Chiropractic Play of the Game, which will be coming up after the game. And of course, we'll also have the MVP Insurance Player of the Game. So you want to stay tuned to after the game for the announcements of both those awards coming up.
It's a 5-play drive to start the second half. Now Union will get a crack at it on offense for the first time in the third quarter. They will start at their own 20-yard line, 1st and 10 with 9:41 to go in the third. Now down by 10. They've rallied from 14 down tonight. Not quite all the way after those 2 touchdown runs by Million. He was clamped up that last drive of the first half.
Let's see what type of Mohawk adjustments they make on defense. Looking at what Million was able to do, breaking containment both times and running over 80 yards. Let's see if they go back to him here early in the third quarter.
Thompson and Stanley are in the backfield. It's going to be Thompson to take the direct snaps again. Following the block of Stanley, and he is cleaned up as he gets right near the line of scrimmage. Big Dan Monaco is in there on the stop for Mohawk. It's going to be a 1-yard gain to bring up 2nd down and 9.
Yeah, just a workman-like carry there by Thompson. That's what he's been tonight. He's been the bread and butter, the guy that they're going to use him out of the wildcat position and just run the ball. He hasn't had any big runs here today. He hasn't been a feature for Stanley throwing the ball. He's always been unsuccessful throwing it. Let's see if they continue to keep it on the ground here.
2nd down and 9. It's Mitchell and Million in front of the 2 in the backfield. Thompson will carry again, and there is little to no room to go as Monaco once again pumps his fist as he gets off the tackle. And it's a short gain for Union once again. It's going to bring up a 3rd down. They're going to call it no gain, 3rd and 9.
Yeah, this is a scenario that Union doesn't want to be in, those 3rd down and long scenarios.
Thompson tonight, 13 carries and 28 yards. Now, normally you'd say that's a big-time problem for Union. It is a problem, but Million's effort tonight, as he's going to be in the backfield with Thompson now, is why this team is still down by 10. 3rd down, and it's 8 officially. Stanley in motion. They fake the, they will give it to him. He's going to throw out of that reverse, and that's going to fall incomplete. In front of the intended receiver up the field. It's going to bring up 4th down. That was Fred Settle he was trying to feed it to, but it's 4th down.
Again, just another way of using Stanley as a quarterback that time. They just handed it off to him on the inside, and he just threw it. Unfortunately, I don't think he had a good grip on the ball as it was short of his intended receiver. And he'll bring up 4th down, and that was a quick 3 and out here for Union after that big touchdown drive for Mohawk. Mohawk looking to get great field position again.
Logan back for the Warriors.
It's a slow developing punt, but end over end, it's away, and it almost hits a Mohawk player. It's going to be down just short of midfield at the 49. And that is where Mohawk will start 1st down and 10 with 8:04 to go in the third quarter, and they are in control. I want to remind you tonight, we're working our way towards postgame. You can head over to the Crane Room, call ahead and reserve your seat for after the game, or place an order for takeout or curbside service. And remember today's winning word, band. That's in honor of Band Fest on Wednesday night. Come to the Crane Room tonight after the game and tell your server the winning word. Get free Crane chips starter. Again, your winning word is band, and get a free Crane chips appetizer tonight. 1st and 10 for Mohawk. Fadden, quick throw out of the shotgun, and looking for Logan. It's incomplete.
Logan incomplete. 2nd and 10.
I like that throwing on 1st down here. It just showed something different, even though it was incomplete. Just trying to get it out to Blake Logan. Anytime they get Logan involved, you know that good plays can happen. We've seen that earlier on that reception that he was able to take upfield inside the 20 when they were at midfield last time they had the ball to set up that touchdown drive. That only took 5 plays and went 66 yards to open up the 3rd quarter.
Wind is still whipping around here at Warrior Stadium. 2nd and 10, 8:01 to go in the 3rd quarter. 10-point lead for the home side Warriors. They have the ball just outside of midfield. The handoff to Stratton, big hole. Stratton upended as he gets down to the 40-yard line. Maddox Thompson makes the stop. It's going to be a 10, call it a 9-yard gain, and that'll bring up 3rd down and 1 for Mohawk.
Yeah, nice run there by Stratton, just right up the middle. Once he got into the secondary, he was able to get that extra yardage, kind of short of the sticks, but brings up a perfect scenario here if you're a Warriors fan. 3rd down is short, a lot of options here. They can run the ball with List, they can run it with Stratton, they can keep it with Fadden, they can throw the ball here and play on 4th down if it's incomplete. A lot of the playbook open here on 3rd down and 1.
2 more touchdowns in that Neshannock-Shenango game. An update after the play. Handoff. Stratton up the middle. Spins off 1. Gets ahead of steam inside the 30. And he is tripped up as he hits the 30 by Zion Waters. He falls forward to the 25. It's a 15-yard gain and a 1st down for Mohawk with 7:02 to go in the quarter.
Big run there by Stratton, just twisting and turning his way into the secondary. Again, they found room up the middle. Right now they found a weakness here against the Scotties defense, and it's going up the middle. See if they continue to exploit that scenario.
Stratton, who battled some injuries in that Elwood City game, has got 8 carries for 83 yards tonight. He and List, a good 1-2 combo for this Mohawk team here tonight. 6.5 to go. They give it to Stratton on an end around. He is tripped up as he hits the 30 to 25. Maybe a yard that time on the play. Brings up 2nd down and 9 with 6:17 to go. Now the clock starts to become a bit of an issue if you're Union here. Gianni Million with a stop, and it's, now you're down to 18 minutes of game time. You're down by 10. Mohawk's driving right now at the 25. They're within Logan range. We've already seen him hit from 40 tonight. This becomes a bit of a problem if you're Union here. You got to get a stop and hopefully hold him to 3 at least. 2nd and 10 for the Warriors from the 25, just outside the red zone. Fadden, patient, hands it off. Stratton again. Good hop step through the line. He's ganged up on as he gets inside the 25. Still going, somehow still going. He is still inside the 25, just carrying dudes with him. Yeah. Townsend, Thompson, everybody else on top of him. He gets somehow a 4-yard gain, and it's going to bring up 3rd down.
Just impressive running. It's just, taking what the defense give you and not refusing to go down, and that's what Stratton did. He refused to go down, and he picked up those extra yards in the process. And it'll bring him up this 3rd down and about 7 coming up here for Mohawk.
Call it 3rd and 8 officially from the 27. And they're well within, from the 23, I beg your pardon. They're well within Logan range here as Fadden fakes it, gonna sling it over the middle. Catch is made by the aforementioned Logan, who is down to the 15-yard line.
Should be enough for the 1st down, working where they're marking it, and they're gonna move the sticks. And again, just nice little pitch and catch over the middle to Blake Logan as he was able to catch it in stride, turn it upfield, get a couple extra yards, and get to the line of game for that 1st down as the clock continued to move, and it's been a big 3rd quarter here for the Warriors.
Second catch tonight for Logan, his 20th of the season. It is a first down, as Tim mentioned, for Mohawk. 1st and 10 from the 15. Mohawk is in the red zone once again here in the third quarter. Already cashed in one drive, trying to cash in another, and Cash Stratton's in the backfield. He's going to fake to him. Fadden keeps up the middle. Fadden bounced around to the 10. And again, it's going to take 4 guys to bring him down. Kelly and Million, and you got Rogan Hupp in there. Whole bunch of guys in on the stop for Union that time.
Yeah, still attacking that interior defense of Union. This is still in a different look. Instead of one of the running backs, it was the quarterback in Fadden. Well, that's what you got to do. You find a weakness, you just got to continue to pound it and see if you can exploit it. And in the process, it also sets up opportunities to do like play action pass in these situations here on first down or second down and 4.
Second down and 4 from the 9. Get a first down out of the 5 as Stratton gets the carry. Good tackle that time by the big guy, Jameel Mitchell. He just met Stratton straight up and pushed him down.
Yeah, no gain on that play. Good way to respond for the Scotties. Let's face it, they're in field goal range here, but they're thinking touchdown. Let's see what Coach McCutcheon dials up here on third down and about 5.
You hate to say that a touchdown would end this thing, but I mean, you're talking
put them
now,
in good scenario.
Yeah, there's 14 minutes and some change here left in this game. Even though Union's come back from a 14-0 deficit tonight to make this interesting. Fadden going to air it out, slings it over the middle into traffic. It's almost intercepted. Maddox Thompson had his hands on it, and he had daylight in front of him if he holds on to it.
No, Thompson wants that ball back. He knew he had it in front of him, made the cut in front, and it just bounced off his shoulder pads as he's trying to get that ball into him. And he's going to have nightmares about that one because he knew, like you just mentioned, he had nothing but daylight in front of him.
So Logan is going to be on to attempt what looks like a 27-yard field goal here. This is still going to keep it a 2-score game.
Attempt a 27-yard
with 2:27 to go in the third. And he's hit from 40. This is off the near hash. It is up and away, and it is good. So our new score with 2:22 to go in the third quarter. It's now 27-14 Mohawk. We will take a timeout. More after this on the Lawrence County Sports Network, powered by LCAP.
Looking for a unique way to expand your business? Advertise on the Lawrence County SportsNet and be seen by thousands of viewers in the area and around the country on over 100 broadcasts each year. Visit lcsportsnet.com and click Advertise with LCSN.
Tired of gasoline costs? Why drive? Let the Newcastle Transit Authority take you where you want to go. Serving the city of Newcastle and stops throughout Lawrence County, as well as weekday service to Pittsburgh. Public transportation just makes sense. Why drive when you can relax and ride? For more information or for route schedules, log on to newcastletransit.org. The Newcastle Transit Authority, going your way. And remember, senior citizens ride free.
Ten-play drive from Mohawk. That drive summary brought to you by Joseph's Marketplace. Place it to go. Order online at josephsnc.com. Also a reminder that this season, all of our special teams points are brought to you by the one and only Specialty Cookies by Laurie Heights. For every point scored by special teams in our broadcast this season, Specialty Cookies will make a contribution to the Mark Shaw Scholarship Fund. Thank you to the Heights family for their support of Shaughnessy scholarships here in Lawrence County. For more information on how you can support the Mark Shaw Scholarship Fund, visit lcsportsnet.com/scholarship. Did not have a chance to do our Shaughnessy toss at halftime tonight. We'll blame the weather on that. They came around earlier for 50-50 tickets, and then when the weather hit,
they didn't come all the way up here.
Gone.
Leckwart's Farm Market.
Oh, well.
So a week after the victorious Limon.
El Canelo, the Fadden family.
Yeah. Getting our honorary Maley Chiropractic play of the game there for the 50-50 win last week.
Updates on games and other goings-on elsewhere. Elwood City still up 14-0. Laurel up 7-0. That is in the fourth quarter. Neshannock leads Shenango 37-7. Jules Johnson just scored a 5th touchdown for Farrell. They are throttling Wilmington tonight. That's a Farrell team that's 1-4, and they have been excellent running the football this season. But the wins just have not been there, and that offsides penalty is against Mohawk, so it's going to give Union 5 yards, bring up first down and 5 from the 25-yard line with 2:21 to go. What are you going to do here now if you're Union? I mean, Million, he has 2 big runs.
When they've had success with Million is he's able to break containment and get into the secondary and outrun everybody. I mean, right now that's what you got to be thinking. How do I get into the secondary, and how can I get one of my athletes available to try to outrun someone? If that is Thompson, if it's Million, if it's one of the wideouts, that's what you got to be thinking right here.
Thompson and Million in the backfield. They give it to Stanley. They're going to try to throw it with Lucas again. They ran this play earlier. The catch this time is made by Zion Waters, and it's going to be enough for a Union first down with 2:15 to go in the 3rd quarter. That is the first completion tonight for a Union quarterback.
Yeah, and that's, the hardest part. We mentioned going into the game, they're going to have to be successful throwing the ball here tonight. And unfortunately, they have been, up until that point, been unsuccessful. And it's going to be important here to be able to continue it here with Stanley if he's at the quarterback position.
Going to run it this time, and Thompson slips. Cody Falk had the beeline on him, but Thompson couldn't keep his footing. He's going to lose 3 that time. That's the 3rd or 4th time tonight that Thompson has slipped.
Yeah, unfortunately, his spikes aren't long enough in this weather, and his cleats aren't going to get that dig into him where he's trying to make that cut, and he loses his footing. We're down under 2 minutes here to play in the 3rd quarter. This is actually a big 2nd down here. They got to pick up good yardage here, bring up a 3rd down and manageable scenario where they can think about if they do get close to the sticks to go on 4th down.
Stanley will go in motion. It's Thompson and Million again. They hand it off to Stanley. They're going to do this throw again. He took a lot of time to get rid of that. It is underthrown, and it's intercepted, and it's Bobby Fadden. Bobby Fadden coming back to the near side. Bobby Fadden has blockers trying to outrun Mitchell, and then he's going to slide down at the 40. Mitchell goes way over top of him. There's the mistake by Union. They try that play once again. Took a long time to develop. Stanley is picked off. Mohawk will take back over with 1:17 to go in the 3rd.
Yeah, on that 2nd down and long, like you mentioned, it's just kind of the halfback option style of a play where you had Stanley out on the wing and an inside handoff to him, and then he sets up to throw the ball. That time, maybe the grip was not quite there with the wet ball, but underthrown, and Fadden was able to play center field. Pick that off and return it inside the 40-yard line to start this drive. This could be the nail in the coffin type drive here for the Mohawk Warriors.
Change of possession brought to you by Madure Bonner Law, MadureBonnerLaw.com. As Fadden will hand off, List spun around, arm tackled initially by Million, and then Kelly is able to step in and help out. 3-yard run on 1st down. It'll be 2nd down and 7 as we had 60 seconds to go in the 3rd.
Sammy List on that carry gained about 2.
Yeah, this is a scenario where you got a lot you can do here. You want to run this clock a little bit, take advantage of it, maybe make this the last play of the quarter as you're down to 15 seconds of play clock. No need to snap it quickly here if you're Mohawk, and then just try to maybe hand it off to List and see what he can do with the ball.
Fadden will snap it, sling it over the middle. The pass is tipped up in the air, and it's going to fall incomplete.
Pass intended for Blake Logan.
Blake Logan was the intended receiver that time. Going to bring up 3rd down.
And again, it shows why I'm not a play caller. But again, incomplete pass stops the clock here with 29 seconds remaining in the quarter and brings up 3rd down and long.
A couple of out-of-area scores. Pitt Central Catholic has just scored against North Allegheny. That game has gone back and forth. It's now 18-14 Central Catholic. Peters Township and Upper St. Clair, the other game of the night in 5A, is still knotted at 7. Those 2 games going on right now. We sometimes like to keep tabs on some of the bigger games in the area as Chapman goes in motion. Gonna throw it out to the flat. Catch is made by Chapman. Stops on a dime, cuts back, is inside the 30, and he's gonna have a first down at the Union 28. with 19 seconds to go in the third.
Yeah, just a little flare out to the right side to Chapman. He made a nice play on there, as you mentioned. Pivot and going back inside to pick up that first down. At the line of gain, it'll be first down and 10 as this drive continues here for Mohawk.
And it's got 119 yards passing. And any more in that total is going to have to wait till we go to the fourth quarter. So a couple of scores by Mohawk in the third. A touchdown drive to start the third, a Blake Logan field goal towards the end of the third, and Mohawk will have it driving in for what could be the capper when we start the fourth quarter. Coming up next on the Lawrence County Sports Network, powered by LCAP.
When the high school season heats up, make sure you have the best gear to support your school. Head to the Red Zone on Wilmington Road in the Shannock for all your county sporting apparel needs. From sporting goods to custom apparel to embroidery and more, the Red Zone has it all. Quality gear for all 8 schools in the County of Champions. Stop by and enter the Red Zone or visit them online at theredzonesports.com. Score big at the Red Zone.
Looking for a unique way to expand your business? Advertise on the Lawrence County SportsNet and be seen by thousands of viewers in the area and around the country on over 100 broadcasts each year. Visit lcsportsnet.com and click Advertise with LCSN.
Start of the fourth quarter here at Mohawk High School. Eric Thomas and Tim Continenza with you. 27-14. Mohawk in front of Union. What was a really good first half has turned into a little mini 10-point run for Mohawk in this second half, and they're trying to put ice on this one with 12 minutes straight up to go.
Yeah, Mohawk taking control of this game in the third quarter, dominating time of possession on 2 long drives. One ending up in a touchdown, the other in a field goal. And this one here starting in the third and it continues here at the beginning of the fourth quarter.
Just outside the red zone at the 28-yard line, the Warriors begin play here in the fourth. Wind still whipping across as they feel it from right to left. So it's from the Mohawk sideline over to the visiting sideline. Fadden gets the offense set. First snap of the fourth quarter. It's going to be a jet. Now they fake the jet sweep to Stratton. Fadden goes right up the middle. Fadden trailed from behind and dragged down by Thompson. But it gets down to the 15-yard line. A 13-yard gain for Fadden to start the fourth quarter. And it's going to bring up a first down for Mohawk inside the red zone.
Yeah, down inside the 15-yard line. Great run there by Fadden. This sets it up again. A lot of opportunities here to do different things. We'll see what they choose to show here in the fourth quarter. The wind still blowing across the field from the Mohawk side of the stands towards Union as they're headed towards that side of the end zone.
Big game for the Warriors here. Again, 2-2. They're 1-1 in the Midwestern Conference. A lot of teams that they would have to leapfrog are still on the schedule. Union is not one of them, but a big win nonetheless. Stratton off the left side. Stratton gets out of an arm tackle, and Cash Stratton will cash it in for 6 more. A 15-yard touchdown run for Cash Stratton. And with 10:59 to go in the contest, it's now 33-14 Mohawk.
Yeah, what a great run there by Stratton as he broke that containment on that tackle there and then sprinted out to the left side, got to the edge, and there was just no Scotties around him. It was a race to the end zone. And there it is, the 16th point here in the second half for Mohawk, looking for number 17 as Blake Logan's ready to kick this one for the PAT.
For Stratton, his second touchdown of the night. He's over 100 yards rushing, and Logan is perfect on the point after with 10:59 to go. It's 34-14 Mohawk in front of Union. And that might be a little too insurmountable for Union to come back from with under 11 minutes to go here in this contest.
Yeah, they're going to need a lot more from Johnny Millions' 80-yard runs to get back into this game at the moment.
From training to competition.
That's what kept them in the first half, the 82-yard run there by Gianni Millions, and then the 80-yard run. And since then, they've been able to contain him and the running game of Union. And that's going to be really important here in this drive for Union to be able to move the ball and get some first downs. Let's not even worry about some scoring. Let's move the ball on first down, try to get in good position for second down, and then complete a first down of gain and continue to drive. They really have had no success here in the second half. Limited opportunities because of this Mohawk defense.
Waters and Thompson are back deep to receive the kick. Lloyd will do the honors for Mohawk. You know, I said this earlier in the week, and I know that you and I and others have talked about this all season long. It's like we need to find out what this Mohawk team is about. We just don't know a whole lot as Waters mishandles. He'll take off from the 5. He had to take off and run with it, trying to get to the outside. He does get to the sideline, has a block. Waters down the sideline, and he is tripped up by his shoestring over on the far side. Good special teams tackle that time, and I apologize because we do not have that number on our roster. There you go. Zach Barber is the one that has the stop. But tonight, I think we learned a little bit more about this team. There's still 10:48 to go, but I mean, they got a 14-0 lead. They basically got punched in the mouth on 2 runs, and they've able to make the adjustment at halftime, come back out, and they've just run away with this thing here in the second half so far.
Yeah, the defense is really standing up strong here, and they've really kept Union down to a 3-and-out twice here in the second half. They both had 4 plays, but it doesn't really matter. Bottom line is they're not able to really advance the ball.
Million's going to get the carry, trying to get to the outside. Nothing there. Great tackle in space. That is Connor Hart. Once again, he has made a couple of excellent tackles tonight. That one in open field to stop Million.
Yeah, that's exactly what they do. We talked about getting into the backfield on rushing downs and making plays behind the line of scrimmage. Again, this defense for the Warriors able to get that penetration and make the play behind the line of scrimmage.
After the 80-yard touchdown run by Million, his last 3 carries for 1 and -3. This Mohawk defense has really corralled him. It's going to be a 2nd down and 13 for the Scotties. Up against it here, down by 20, and we're going to get a stoppage and a timeout called by Kim Nabalia and Union with 9:59 to go. Let's quickly go around the county, let you know what's going on in some of these other games as Neshannock in control of Shenango. They're in the 4th now, 43-14. Elwood City is still up 14-0 on New Brighton. And actually, let's get an update on that. It is 21-0 now, Elwood City and New Brighton. Laurel was still up 7-0 in the 4th quarter.
On Wednesday, the middle school football team will take on Shenango right here starting at 6.
Newcastle and Aliquippa, we have not heard a report from them lately.
For a big section match on Wednesday. On Thursday,
but that was a 42-14 lead for Aliquippa at one point. And again, we are planning to bring you next Friday night's showdown in McKees Rocks as Newcastle hits the road again and their 2nd straight tough out as they will go to Montour next week. They will try this pass again. Good throwback opportunity. It's almost intercepted as Blake Logan didn't even go with the receiver, and he almost picked it off.
Great defense there by Logan as he was able to see what was developing and seeing the play, the ball being passed, and said, I'm going to make a play on the ball versus the receiver on that throwback.
Logan has had 3 consecutive games with a pick, almost 4 there.
Here's the scenario again. It's going to be a officials are discussing a scenario here. I think there may have been a flag on the play.
Well, late flag.
Yeah, I didn't see it, but they are pointing towards the offense.
Montour tonight, by the way, taking on Blackhawk.
Let's see what the official calls here. We got a dead ball foul, personal foul against Union. That's going to push them back 15 yards, and now they're in a whale of trouble as the ball goes all the way back inside the 20 down to the 17-yard line.
Ball's on a 17. It'll be 3rd.
Up against it, and they don't need to be going backwards anymore, and that's exactly what will happen here for
let's see if they
Union.
bring the house here. Try to. Thompson is going to take a high snap.
Yeah, that is a high snap. Thompson trying to fight for what he can, slips again. Just can't keep his footing there. Cash Stratton had hands on him, but he just could not keep his balance and slips once again.
Yeah, his cleats just can't get any traction on this field here tonight.
Thompson on that carry, out near the 23.
And brings up 4th down, and here comes the punting unit.
4th and 22.
They have no choice but punt the ball away here. That's almost like a red flag, basically, with 9:20 here to play, trailing by 20 points, but you really, it's tough to go on 4th down and 22.
Now backed up so far in your own shadow, your own end zone, more or less, as they kick it away. That hits a Mohawk player, and it's going to be recovered by Union.
Yeah, he signaled for the fair catch, and he was looking up at it, and it was a little misty out, and he might have lost it. It went right off his shoulder pad, bounced right to a Union player. So a huge play here for Union to get the ball back.
James Bailey recovered the fumble.
So there's our turnover here in the second half.
Turnover, change of possession. Well, actually, it really didn't change possession, but
technically it does.
We'll give you the Maduro Bonner Law turnover change of possession, brought to you by Maduro Bonner Law. Make sure you protect your possessions. MaduroBonnerLaw.com, your community firm with a personal connection and individualized service. So Union's going to take back over. Thompson will carry, and he's going to get a short gain on 1st down of 1. Then I'm bring up 2nd and 9 as we tick under 9 minutes to go here from Mohawk High School.
And one of those scenarios here for Union, this is where you have to take advantage of it. I know the game is running away with you because the clock is the 12th man in this game, trailing by 20 points. But you got to find a way to get points on the scoreboard. Even if it does take you 3, 4, 5 minutes off, you got to build something going forward. They've been having so much trouble in the second half in every game they've been in. They got to have some momentum going forward, even if tonight ends up in a losing effort.
Stanley going to carry. Dan Monaco showing that strength as he once again sticks that big paw in there and drags down Stanley by the jersey. Going to be a short gain again, and they're going to give him no gain on the play, actually, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Yeah, 3rd down and 9, long scenario. We've seen this throughout the ball game here tonight for Union, where they're just unable to really get any traction on 1st and 2nd down, and it's really put them in bad situations. And see if they can recover here and keep this drive going.
You know, I think the other thing we could take away from this game is just how scrappy this Union team can be. I mean, they are limited as Stanley's going to fire, and Kelly can't come up with a catch. Cash Stratton in the coverage, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
That might have been the best pass of the night there by Stanley, and as he was able to throw it just where only his receiver could make the catch, and unfortunately went down to his knees, and the ball just went through his hands and falls incomplete at the 30-yard line, at the 35-yard line, and it'll bring up a 4th down. Well, this is where you have to go for it. I mean, down to 7:33 on the clock. Tough scenario here for the Scotties, but this is a big play here. See if they can get some momentum going in this ball game and into the future and the future ball games.
4th and to stay alive in this game, down by 20 with 7.5 to go. Is Stanley going to air it out down the middle? It's tipped and knocked away. Wanted to get it to Thompson, and Blake Logan playing center field knocks it away. And Mohawk will take over on downs. That change of possession brought to you by Maduro Bonner Law, online at MaduroBonnerLaw.com. So Union gives it away again with 7:28 to go, and it's just not been a good night throwing the footballs. They only have 1 completion on 10 attempts, and they were picked off once.
Braden Radzinski defensively putting pressure on Stanley on that pass that forced it to go up high, and that was the big play there, and that turns over on downs, and now it's a chance here, as we talked about it. We kind of seen it in the 3rd quarter here from Mohawk. Let's see if they can finish out the 4th quarter as strong with a big drive here with 7:28 remaining.
Yeah, dare I say that Mohawk has become more of a defensive team?
Yeah.
in the transition from last year and the high-power offense. His List is going to carry. List, a big head of steam. Sam List in the open field, and Sam List is not going to be caught. He is going to take it the distance, 53 yards for Sam List with 7:17 to go. His second touchdown run of the night, and that's going to put him over the century mark as well. 2 backs over 100 yards tonight for Mohawk, and they are in control 40-14.
Yeah, the running game has just been dynamite here tonight for the Mohawk Warriors as they took full advantage of that one. List, once he got into the secondary, it was just a race. He was able to move out to his left a little bit and get parallel and just turn it on, get it into the end zone for the touchdown. And now Logan's on for the point after, as it has been all Mohawk here in the second half.
Logan's point after try is up, and it is good. 41-14. Mohawk in front with 7:17 to go in the contest. We will step aside for a timeout here on the Lawrence County Sports Network, powered by LCAP.
For the most complete recap of Friday night's high school football action, tune in on your way home from the game to the WPIAL Scoreboard Show, only here on the Trib Live High School Sports Network. Hi, this is Don Rebel. Join me in a cast of thousands for all the scores with recaps from the top games, plus we highlight the night on the Trib Live Roundtable. That's the WPIAL Scoreboard Show after the game on Friday nights on the Trib Live High School Sports Network and at tribhssn.triblive.com.
When it comes to shopping for insurance, there are thousands of options out there. MVP Insurance proactively shops and compares your policies to find the best coverage and rate. Josh Madure and David Verratti want to provide you with a level of personalized service that you know that you are the MVP of their agency. They simplify insurance so you can live stress-free. Visit one of their locations in Zingleopole or in New Springfield, Ohio. Call MVP for the win, proud sponsor of the MVP of the game on the Lawrence County SportsNet.
Back here at Warriors Stadium, Eric Thomas and Tim Continenza, 7:17 to go. It's been all home side in the second half as Sam List has a 53-yard touchdown run. He now has 137 yards rushing tonight. You couple that with Cash Stratton, who's got 103. And then you add in the defense for Mohawk tonight, and it has been a complete reversal of what we're used to from this Mohawk team as Thompson's return is going to take it out to the 50. And Brandon Radzaminski is going to bring him down for the stop, and that's where Union will start 1st and 10 with just a little over 7 minutes to go in this contest.
Yeah, our scoring recap brought to you by Joseph's Marketplace, Newcastle's favorite family-owned hometown grocery store and coffee shop. Check out what they have in the cafe and the bakery and a place to go order at josephsnc.com.
1st and 10 for Union. Going to play out the string here. Union is going to fall to 0-5 on the season. Going to be a hard climb for them to make any hay in 2A the rest of the way as Thompson's going to carry it out of bounds. Good run on 1st down as he's into Mohawk territory near the 44-yard line.
Yeah, the problem, the toughest thing for Union to face the rest of the year is they're so one-dimensional. They have Maddox Thompson and they have Stanley running the ball, but they haven't really been able to develop anybody else available in the offense to do something. And for defenses knowing that coming into the game and then during the game, to be able to key on those two and maybe take one of them away or both of them away, it makes it really difficult. And that's where I think Johnny Million was able to have those 2 big runs early in the first half.
Thompson trying to work his way for a 1st down. He's going to get stood up near the 45.
Because they really have taken those 2 players out of the game here tonight. They've really limited them to what they can do offensively. And the only one who's had big plays has been really Gianni Million when he was able to run those 80-plus yard touchdown runs.
Yep, 2 plays. Everything else from Million tonight, you take away the 84 and the 89-yard run, 82-yard run, I beg your pardon, an 80-yard run. He's gone for 2, 5, 5, 1, 1, and -3, and a no gain. So it is quite literally those 2 runs that he has had here tonight.
It's been the offense.
That's been the offense for Union. 6:14 to go. It's 3rd down and about 5 for the Scotties as Thompson's going to carry again, trying to get to the outside. Spins around, keeps his feet working, and he's going to be well short of the 1st down. Union's going to go for it here again on 4th down as we're now under 6 minutes to go.
Yard down to the 44.
Put this in, it's a big picture now for Mohawk because you look at what they have coming up. And as we said, everything that they need to do is ahead of them. They still have games with New Brighton, who is ahead of them in the standings. Now after tonight, that's going to change because New Brighton's getting blasted by Elwood City 27-0. Western Beaver is still ahead of them. Freedom is below them, but they could have been 2-2 after tonight. Riverside is ahead of them too. All those teams are left to go, and this Mohawk defense is playing better. Their running game is virtually unstoppable right now as Million's going to carry, and that's going to turn it over on downs with 5:16 to go, and that change of possession is brought to you by Madur Bonner Law, online at MadurBonnerLaw.com. So, I mean, Mohawk is really in the driver's seat if you think about it with this win tonight and then those key games coming up. If they can beat Western Beaver, if they can beat Riverside, and if they can beat New Brighton, they're in a position to maybe finish 2nd to Elwood City in the conference, and that's going to be good enough to get them in the playoffs.
Absolutely. They have everything in front of them. And like you mentioned, this running game is really – you got to give up to Tim McCutcheon and his coaching staff for really finding a way to win this year. You know, obviously, they want to be able to be a full dynamic team, throwing the ball, special teams, which they have with Blake Logan, and but with List and Stratton, boy, that's a 1-2 combination. It's really going to be tough for a lot of teams to handle.
Stratton's going to get the carry on 1st down, and he's going to get whipped around and dropped by Aiden Booker at the 45-yard line. It's a 2-yard carry for Stratton that time. Yeah, I agree with you wholeheartedly on that statement about the passing game. They've really cut that down. You know, Fadden's been we said it in the pregame tonight, under 50% the last 2 games. Tonight you throw out just because the weather hasn't been great and it's not been easy for anybody to throw the ball, but it's going to be 3 straight games under 50%.
However, they've been effective throwing the ball.
Yeah,
you know, they found Logan a few different times.
Chapman.
They found Chapman a couple times for big plays.
Yeah, they've been able to pick up yardage when they've needed it. They need 9 here on 2nd down. Hand off to List, good block by Chapman, but I'll tell you what, Jameel Mitchell made an even better play as he got through there for the stop.
There's one of the highlight plays of the game here for the Scotties was Jameel Mitchell on that stop. As there was a solo tackle as he reached around and grabbed him, brought him down. And brings up 3rd down and long.
They're down at 7 for Mohawk. They would like to not punt the ball here. Just run out this next 3:54.
With the big lead that they have, this is 4-down territory because you just want to continue to run that clock and take 40 seconds off in between each play. There's no rush to get to the line of scrimmage, and there's 10 seconds left on the play clock.
Mohawk is in control here. Neshannock is taking knees right now. They're up 43-14 on our Newcastle Transit out-of-town scoreboard. Fadden hands off List. Good run by List. He's going to get the 1st down. What a carry into Union territory to the Scotties 44. Trailed by Mitchell and a handful of other guys, and he carries everybody with him for a 1st down with 3:20 to go, and that's going to pretty much do it.
Yeah, with 40 seconds coming off the clock on each and every play. That was a huge 1st down run there by Sam List. What a game Sam has had today. You got to give it up to this offensive line, too, for Mohawk. Has done a great job. You know, you look at what they have able to achieve here tonight. You got, Sumi, Falk, Kelly, Gagon, and Radevsky really doing a great job here tonight.
Dan Monaco, who was in there on the offensive line, he just left the field. Looks like he's having trouble putting some weight on his ankle. Handoff List again. Hop through. Look at him just push that pile. Sam List, another 1st down for Mohawk. As his total continues to climb, that's an 11-yard gain. He's got 161 yards on 13 carries tonight. And with 2:25 to go, it is all over but the final whistle here.
Yeah, it's just what the final score and stats will show here. As we're down to 2 minutes and about 13 seconds remaining, 20 seconds on the play clock. They're doing a great job. This is great coaching. Just using the entire 40 seconds on every play. This is so valuable, to do during this part of the season, or the second half of the season to start. Important to be able to use the clock properly.
Wins tonight for Neshannock as Fadden's going to keep it. He's just going to slide down back at the 37. So he's going to lose 3, but that's more just to keep the clock working here.
Yeah, and a smart play by the quarterback. It was a busted play. I think they're going to hand it off. Couldn't quite get it. Rolled outside, and he had 3 Scotties in front of him. Why take the big hit? Just go down. You have the lead. You don't want to risk an injury, when you're under 2 minutes to play in a ball game.
Elwood City going to win tonight. They're up by 27 in the fourth quarter, so they freshly minted top 10 Wolverines are going to continue their run.
Yeah. Coach Bradley doing a terrific job down at Elwood City this year. And not a surprise. He's done a great job everywhere he's been, both on the football field and the basketball court.
Fadden is just going to take the snap, dance around, take a knee. And Mohawk will have to do that possibly one more time. They will have to do it at least one more time as they set the play clock. Hey, by the way, Elwood City next week. You want to talk about a big-time showdown. Western Beaver, Elwood City next Saturday at Western Beaver. Oh, boy.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and I like these Saturday games. I'm glad to see it. I mean, I'd like to see them sprinkled in a little bit more during the early part of the season. But I think it would be a great way to really get everybody involved.
I'm a big proponent of Thursday and Saturday at the high school level. That's going to do it.
You and I think similar.
As Mohawk is just going to let the final 20 or so seconds tick off the clock. They get a big win tonight in the Battle of the Border. It goes by way of Mohawk, the first time that they have defeated Union in this rivalry since 2007. And it is a big win just from the standpoint of they're now 3-2. They've won their second game in the conference. That game, by the way, in 2007, they won 36-16. Tonight, 41-14. But now you know, I think, a little bit more about this Mohawk team. And again, with so much in front of them, they got their destiny in their hands as the second half of the season will unwind. We'll take a timeout, add up the final statistics, get you the scoring recap and all that next in our post-game show. Mohawk wins it tonight 41-14 here in the Lawrence County Sports Network, powered by LCAP.
All right.
When it comes to shopping for insurance, there are thousands of options out there. MVP Insurance proactively shops and compares your policies to find the best coverage and rate. Josh Mathur and David Verratti want to provide you with the level of personalized service that you know that you are the MVP of their agency. They simplify insurance so you can live stress-free. Visit one of the locations in Zingleopole or in New Springfield, Ohio. Call MVP for the win. Proud sponsor of the MVP of the game on the Lawrence County SportsNet.
For 20 years, Melee Chiropractic has treated athletes of all ages to help them get safely back to the top of their game. Melee Chiropractic has 3 full-time doctors in their office, and all 3 are former area athletes who have had to battle injuries throughout their careers. They want to help you get safely back on your feet. But more importantly, help stop the injuries before they happen. Prehab before you rehab. Attention all high school student athletes. During your sports season, a $30 visit to the Melee Chiropractic office includes an adjustment and/or all therapy is necessary. From the athletes of tomorrow to the weekend warriors and everything in between. Let Melee Chiropractic keep you in the game.
Just like going to the doctor, our homes need a checkup too. If your home is not properly weatherized, you could be at risk for symptoms that cause unhealthy ailments and higher utility bills. The Weatherization Assistance Program is the key to reducing utility costs and increasing comfort in your home. Services include an in-home energy audit to inspect your furnace and hot water tank, check for air sealing around windows and doors, and ensure adequate insulation and ventilation. Learn more at lcap.org or call the Department of Healthy Homes to get your checkup today.
I love what I do because coming in every day is different.
How can you not enjoy these kids coming up and hugging you and giving you these great smiles all throughout the day?
You guys ready? Seeing the progress that our kids make every single day is one of the reasons I love coming to school.
What should we do? We have fun.
LCAP Early Learning Centers is hiring. Help empower young minds in Lawrence County and become a superhero today. Apply at lcap.org.
Thank you for calling Axe. Where can we take you today?
To work, to the store, to Grandma's house. Axe can get you there, but it's much more than a ride. It's a joyride.
It's so convenient for them. We take them door to door. We help them get off and on the bus if they need to use the lifts.
I love the people, especially the senior citizens.
They care about us as much as we care about them.
Even if it's the same day, to schedule your joyride, call Axe today.
Whether you're hosting a big party, it's family dinner night, or you just need a place to go and watch the big game, the Crane Room Grill is the place to be. Need that something special for your upcoming event? Ask about the CR Brewing Company's custom brewing options to give your big day that personalized touch that your guests will never forget. Visit craneroom.com to see their full menu, or call in your takeout order now at 724-656-1553. The Crane Room Grill and CR Brewing Company, a winning combination.
Back here on the postgame show, Eric Thomas and Tim Continenza with you as Mohawk wins it tonight by a count of 41-14 over Union. We'll give you the final scoring recap here. And our scoring recap tonight is brought to you by Gem Builders. And we'll also get you our awards as well. So let's take you through the scoring recap brought to you by Gem Builders, Master Builders and Craftsmen. Our scoring recap tonight. This game started with a 44-yard Sam Liz touchdown run. Cash Stratton's 25-yard run made it 14-0 Mohawk. That was with 3:16 to go in the first quarter. Gianni Million then gets the first of his two touchdown runs tonight of 82 yards to make it 14-6. Blake Logan capped the scoring in the first with a 40-yard field goal, career long for him to make it 17-6. Then in the second quarter, Million breaks off another 80-yard touchdown run to cut the lead to 17-14. Union had gone for two at that point and connected on Maddox Thompson's two-point try. No scoring the rest of the way in the second quarter into the third. Bobby Fadden, more on this play in a minute, a 10-yard touchdown pass to Corey Fennell extended the lead to 10 at 24-14. Mohawk then rips off three more scores. Logan a 27-yard field goal off a 10-play drive made it 27-14, and then Stratton a 15-yard run. And Sam List capped the scoring with 7:17 to go in the fourth quarter. A 53-yard touchdown run to make the final count 41-14. That's your Gem Master Builders and Craftsmen scoring recap. Family owned and operated general contractor for 4 generations. Their extensive construction experience, design capabilities, and creative process allow them to help in any project meet any challenge. Building the community for 70 years. Visit gembuilders.com for more information. Final stats for you tonight. For Union, we'll start with them first. It wasn't a great night throwing the football for anybody. Lucas Stanley finished 1 of 10 for 9 yards. He was picked off once in this contest. Rushing-wise for Union, Maddox Thompson held pretty much in check tonight, 17 carries for 29 yards, but Gianni Million did have 10 totes for 173. However, as we stated, after his 80-yard touchdown run in the second quarter, his next 4 runs went for no yards the rest of the way. 10 carries, 173 yards, 2 tutties, but no yards after that 80-yard touchdown run, the second of his night tonight. He came into the game again, 186 yards rushing this season, 173 here tonight. So a good effort by Million, but they held him in check after that second 80-yard touchdown run. Lucas Stanley carried the ball 1 time for no yards. Only reception tonight was by Zion Waters for 9 yards. Union tonight totaled 211 yards of offense. For Mohawk, Bobby Fadden, 6 of 14, 117 yards and a touchdown pass. Rushing-wise for the Warriors tonight, Fadden, 8 carries, 34 yards. Cash Stratton, 13 carries for 105. And Sam List with 13 carries for 161 yards and the 2 touchdowns tonight. He and Stratton virtually unstoppable tonight. Leading receiver for the Warriors was Jackson Chapman with 3 catches for 79 yards, 2 for 38 for Blake Logan, and 1 for Corey Fennell, a 10-yard touchdown strike. Total offense tonight for Mohawk, 417 yards, 300 of it coming on the ground by way of 34 carries tonight.
I do have a correction to make, and it might have been my eyes giving me the wrong number in the end zone. It was Cash Stratton caught that touchdown pass.
Okay, so Cash Stratton had the touchdown, not Corey Fennell.
Yes.
As it's tough to see some of the numbers with the mud on the jersey and everything like that tonight. That was also a sliding catch, too. So Cash Stratton is the one that had the touchdown reception tonight from Bobby Fadden. Let's go ahead and give out some awards here tonight. Our Maley Chiropractic Play of the Game Award. And funny you mentioned the correction there. The Maley Chiropractic Play of the Game. Maley Chiropractic is proud to present the Play of the Game Award to Cash Stratton of Mohawk for that touchdown catch. Remember, Fadden had scrambled out of the pocket, actually came almost the whole way across the field, and then threw it sort of sidearmed off his back foot in a diving catch by Stratton for the touchdown. So that was the highlight reel play. That's your highlight of the game, your Maley Chiropractic Play of the Game Award. So the Maley Chiropractic and the Lawrence County SportsNet are proud to honor Cash Stratton for tonight's Play of the Game. He'll receive a customized T-shirt courtesy of the Red Zone in recognition of tonight's Play of the Game. Video of tonight's Play of the Game may also be featured on the Trib Live High School Sports Network's standout platform on X and Instagram. To view tonight's Maley Chiropractic Play of the Game and the full list of this season's top plays, go online to lcsportsnet.com and click on Play of the Game. Congratulations to Cash Stratton and his quarterback, Bobby Fadden, for tonight's Maley Chiropractic Play of the Game. Let Maley Chiropractic keep you in the game. I don't think this is really a stretch tonight either. Our MVP Insurance MVP of the Game Award is going to go to Sam List of Mohawk. MVP Insurance and the Lawrence County SportsNet proud to honor Sam as tonight's MVP of the game. He's going to receive a customized T-shirt courtesy of the Red Zone in recognition of being named tonight's MVP of the game. To view the full list of this season's game MVPs, go online to lcsportsnet.com, click on MVP of the game. Congratulations to Mohawk running back Sam List for being named tonight's MVP of the game. MVP Insurance, call MVP for the win. A final look at the scoreboard. Elwood City has tacked on a late touchdown, so they now lead New Brighton 33-0. That game is late in the fourth quarter, and Neshannock wins it tonight 43-14 over Shenango. At last report we had, Laurel was still in front 7-0. Let's get some updated scores here tonight. So Laurel defeats Northgate 7-0. It was Farrell over Wilmington 38-0. We mentioned Neshannock. You heard the Mohawk score. You watched the Mohawk score. Elwood City, again, 33-0. That's into the fourth. And Aliquippa leads Newcastle 56-21. That is in the fourth quarter. So they're going to lose for the first time this season is Newcastle. They still got a lot ahead of them, too, and we'll talk about that here in a second. But let's get some final thoughts from you, sir, Tim Continenza, on what we saw here tonight from these two teams.
Well, what I was really impressed with is how Mohawk was able to manage the game through this weather that we had. They ran the ball. They had a design to run the ball with Sam List and Stratton, and they did that tonight. Both of them getting over 100 yards. But more importantly, I thought, was the play of the defense for Mohawk. I thought they really took everything away that Union was trying to do here tonight and then really pitched a shutout after those two big runs there by Million. And, got to give credit to, Gianna Million for his two big plays. But that's all they had offensively really tonight for Union. And they weren't able to throw the ball at all here tonight. They weren't able to establish the run with Thompson or with Stanley tonight. And it really, in the end, made it an impressive outing here for Mohawk, getting the big win. They haven't had a win over Union since, 2007, you said? So a big, victory here and an impressive win. I think this team here is a team is destined here to make a run here in the second half of the season. As you mentioned, a lot of the teams that need to play in front of them are still on the schedule. So it's going to be impressive. But I really like the idea if they can establish this run game and then get an effective passing game that they had here tonight, it wasn't overwhelming, but it was effective. When they needed it on third down and long, they were able to get a couple big plays to move the sticks, keep the plays alive, and I think that's what they need to do. They can get that passing game to that next level where if you're going to have Fathom throw 12 times a game, he can complete maybe 7 or 8. And then you got to go with this running game and this defense, a very intriguing second half of the season here for the Mohawk Warriors.
Yeah, it really could be. Everything is in front of them, and they have a chance to make some noise here in the Midwestern Conference in 2A with games yet against Western Beaver, against Riverside, against New Brighton. New Brighton's going to lose tonight, so they're actually going to fall behind Mohawk in the standings, but that's still going to be a huge game. Let's talk quickly about next week because what we're going to do next week now, we have Rochester-Shenango on Friday night. That's a big game for Shenango. That's a big game for Rochester. Rochester's still struggling, but that is a winnable game for the Wildcats, so hopefully they can get back on track after Neshannock tonight. Huge game next Saturday with Elwood City and Western Beaver. You can tune into our friends with the EC Wolverines for that coverage next Saturday afternoon. That's that is the game of the weekend in as far as 2A goes of teams in this area. We will also next Friday night bring you Newcastle and Montour. So you're going to have the Hurricanes on the road again, and another huge showdown down at McKees Rocks. That game will come your way at 6:30, 7 o'clock kickoff. Just tune in to the podcast this week. Beyond the Scoreboard, we'll update you on all the coverage plans for Friday night and Saturday. We may try to pick up a game on Saturday and bring you 3 next weekend, including one sometime on Saturday afternoon or Saturday night, just depending on how it goes for us next week.
Yeah, it's going to be really important as the weeks get shorter. Let's be honest, as the season gets long, this is game number 6 in the books, at least scheduled in the books. A lot of teams are playing a lot less because of weather and week 0 type scenarios. But the bottom line is there's less games to be played, and every game as each week rolls by is going to become more and more important.
Big one for Mohawk tonight. They win the Battle of the Border, 41-14 over their rival Union. They go to 3-2 overall, 2-1 in the Midwestern Conference. For Union, they fall to 0-5, and obviously winless in the conference. Both teams back at it next weekend with big games to go here and big games the rest of the way for this Mohawk team, who once again basically controls its own destiny with all these teams in front of it. That's going to do it for our coverage here tonight. We hope you enjoyed that one as much as the home side did here tonight. Mohawk wins it 41-14. We will talk to you on Wednesday night for our podcast. We also have volleyball coverage coming up during the week. Appears like Tuesday night we'll have some coverage for you. Just tune into the lcsportsnet.com website, and we'll detail all the coverage plans for the coming week for you here sometime this weekend. For my partner, Tim Continenza, for our staff here at Mohawk High School, Mohawk wins it again. Final score for the final time, 41-14. We'll see you next weekend. Take care. Have a great weekend, and bye-bye.
Your voice for Lawrence County sports.
The gold ball headed home to Newcastle.
This is the Lawrence County SportsNet.